Let me try that again. I got so caught up in reading a fan fiction that I completely lost track of time, and so I started to stream a little later than usual. Yes, that is what happened, and I am not ashamed of it. I should probably open Limbus. I forgot to do that. I should probably turn on my camera. I also forgot to do that. Yeah. Hey. Hello, Apollo. Hello, Tutsmega. The Freaksmega. Hey, chat. Ugh. So, you know what fucking time it is. That's right, baby. Warp train event. Yay. Yay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyways, I'm excited to finally know what everyone's talking about. You know, why does Don Quixote just have her fucking dogs out? We're gonna figure that out together. Hold on, I'm trying to reset. Oh my god.
Labi Heenum.
True. Thank you for the 8 months, Tet. Why? Why do you put yourself through this? What's the point? What's your goal? You freak me out. Can't stand this guy. I can't do it. Alright, there we go. Now it's like perfectly adjusted. It's perfectly adjusted. Why is my chat box like all the way up there? I don't know. I don't really care. Cousin behavior. Real. I was playing a little bit earlier. Have you wall PP'd yourself? 100%. I have wall PP'd myself. And I wall PP'd myself so much, and it did bear fruit. You know? You know? Oh, I should turn up the sound. I just remember that. That's...
심심한데 한번 겨뤄보자 할까?
100%? I mean... What are we talking about? I saw we were like wall PP'd. I wall PP'd, but... I don't know. Or, what the scallop chat? Whoa. I was playing this earlier today because I was trying to figure out, like... I was trying to yoink the lunacy, the EX lunacy from Kanto 6 and the event, the time one. Alas, it was pretty hard. How am I supposed to beat that one Earl King Heathcliff node in 15 turns? He keeps bodying me. It doesn't make sense. It's why? Ugh. Walpurgis. I haven't done all of the Walpurgis... Well, I haven't done all the Walpeepee missions, because those are hard. And I'm a little idiot. But I did get, like... I got the new Yi song, I got the new Gregor Ego, I got the Dawn Fixer announcers, I think I got, like, other shit, I don't remember. I feel like a frog. I'm blinking like one eye at a time, but you can't tell because I have one eye. Anyways. Who's going on the warp train, baby? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, does dark chocolate, like, expire? Alright. What's all this then? Oh, my fucking foot itches. Key Corp. It says P Corp. Are you gonna look at me with a straight face and tell me our next canto is gonna take place and I have to take it seriously in fucking Piss Corp? You're shitting me. We're going to Piss Corp? Dear Lord. Joking fight you need help with? It's like the one. It's like not one of the boss fights. It's the one where like. Like you have multiple of the wild hunt, like butlers and shit, and they have the shields, and you have to kill the one with the shields. I don't know, I'll figure it out at a different time. Right? It's Warp Train. Got into our fancy first class flash freeze hibernation capsules, and we were supposed to arrive at P Corp after a quick blink of an eye, but oh, Dante, please respond. I can't wait to see Faust getting kicked from the Faust polycule. I'm really excited for that. First thing I saw when my vision returned was the perplexed look on Faust, who had entered hibernation at the same time I did. Then I realized that we woke up mid-transit on the warp train. Which could only mean that we're now stranded in some lost, unknown dimension. Faust sang Shippers 8 during this. I have been seeing that on Twitter, so I'm also excited to see. Dante, I understand your considerable degree of disorientation, but... What? What the hell happened? First things first. Let's rewind. And return to the very start of this highly unfavorable situation we find ourselves in. Our next destination is to a warp train. What? Yep, that's where it all started. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation. You see, it all started. There I was, still perplexed by the incidents at T-Corp, with my awful idea of clearing the air by asking Virgilius for our next destination, not knowing the storm that my innocent question would bring. Verily, I must have misheard. I'm quite certain you didn't, Quixote. Oh god. Greg, didn't you already give me this alert? Anyways, thanks for the 6 months, Drake. Half a year. Half a year. Could you imagine that? Nicotine addiction is a real life problem. My chat is purging my messages because of this godforsaken college where you can't get any signal. Just gotta send them via carrier pigeon. I'll get them on my windowsill and I'll unwrap them and I'll read them. It'll say like you're gay or something. I'll just be like, God fucking damn it, he got me again. Shit. Son of a bitch. Guys, can you believe it? Hold on. I have a thing to show. I have a thing to show. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Huh? Oh, it's this. Guys, can you believe it? It's almost time. If I can get it to scale, because I'm sure there's like an auto scale button, but I don't know it. There is, on the 23rd, baby, it is my 1-year streaming anniversary. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? OMG, hi Ichika. I squished you. I squished you. Can you believe it, chat? It's about to be 1 year of me streaming. On September, it's technically the 21st, but I do work that day, and I don't like streaming on Saturdays, so Monday it is. Holy shit, Tepis anniversary. The Tepis anniversary soon approaches. It's coming. It's happening. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome. Smiles. Yeah. You can't even really read that, so it's just gonna be like here, but I'm just gonna turn it off so no one can see it until I want them to see it. You know? You know? You know? You know? Exactly. Exactly. 1 year of Agile Tepis, I'm alive to see this. I know, it's kind of crazy. It seems like only yesterday I became part of the of the world's conscience, the subconscious. It really does seem like only yesterday. I was walking down the street, and Lavi and Bite and Mana came by in a giant white van, and Mana just put a potato sack over my head, hit me with a dumbbell, and stuffed me in the back of the car, and all of a sudden I wake up in NEP HQ. It really is interesting how time flies like that. Kind of crazy. We should exist again, manifesting in the collective subconscious to terrorize people. Exactly, that's why I'm here. I'm here to cause problems, and I'm here to make people's days worse. Sometimes I wonder how I even got here. I both regret and regret. You were summoned. You were pulled here by, Nep off collab when you can convince Mana to leave Finland. She ain't going anywhere, and I'm broke. I can't go to Finland. It's so funny because all of Nep is just everywhere. You know, you got Shadow Realm Bite, Finnish Mana, Lavi's in hell, aka fucking the UK, and I'm smack dab in the middle of Vampire America, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. The closest we'd ever get to a Nep off collab would be like Mana and Lavi, or Mana and Bite, or me and Tetsmega. And I just like drive over to Tetsmega's house like 6 hours away and be like, hey man, what's up? You wanna go to fucking Offkai or whatever it's called? Nep is not Europe. We're not in Europe. It'd be easier. Vampire America, so normal America? Exactly. You get it. You get it. You're on to it. There you go. It's just as easy as that. Explains a lot. Mana only streams once a year because Finland only gets connected to the rest of reality and rare occurrences. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Finland just isn't real. America, where they suck your soul out and your wallet. That's called prostitution. Yeah. Back to Limbus. That warp train station must have a conundrum that must be resolved there, indeed. A quest that must be swiftly addressed at the station, yes? Did distortion pop up at one of the warp train platforms or something? See that you are now significantly less disinclined to take on some side jobs, but no. We're boarding the warp train to get to P-Corp. End of story. There's nothing between the lines, so don't try reading into it. Same thing with Australia. I'm only connected to the real world and Project Moon content. Thank God. I was really getting scared for a moment that Australia was real, and if that was gonna happen, I might have started crying. Even now, it's got me like hyperventilating. Just thinking, not Project Moon. Project Moon's real? Just thinking Australia's real, and the concept of Sydney being a real place and not just, you know, an imaginary continent they made up for Junkrat from Overwatch, it has me really scared. And I'm kind of freaking out, man. I might start hyperventilating. It's only natural for that sinner immediately fell into it. Huh? It was only natural that the sinners immediately fell into a state of collective dumbfound shock. Why the fuck is an abnormality talking in chat? Really, someone please go suppress them. Hey! This is an abnormality that can help our facility. They are free to roam the halls. They are completely free. Burrowing heaven aberration looking ass. Damn! He just insulted you in Project Moon Talk. Are you gonna take that? Are you gonna take that? Some people wouldn't even understand what that means. I barely understand what that means. Are you gonna let that slide? I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. How's illiteracy in Amno? Ah. Have you talked to a Project Moon fan? But me, a son, talking here. We're actually taking that train? Through what vague information we could gather from the identities, we all had some fragmentary knowledge about the terrible secrets of the warp train's operations. I initially considered hiding this information from the rest of the sinners, but since sharing things with everyone and letting them get their 2 cents in is usually ended up being pretty helpful, I've been sharing more of these as of late. Silly Billy versus the unbridled power of the fucking sun. Yeah, I'm Silly Billy. Face melts off. Though I have a very dim, if present at all, recollection from the time during which I wear the identities. It can be determined from the conversational records between the manager and the identities that the mechanisms behind Warp Train's operations can be deemed as somewhat bizarre and inefficient. I still have no idea what's going on with the Warp Trains. Oh yeah, it's that 10-second trip that usually takes a long, long time, right? And when the train reaches the destination, we just wipe the passengers' memories. Why don't they just use real trains? This seems like a weird way to do it. Like, yeah, let's just make a 1,000-year-long ride through fucking 8 dimensions, and one of them, someone's always scratching their asshole, but not just, like, make actual trains a thing. Do you know how profitable the railroad industry would be in the city? But no, they just make the fucking Japanese bullet trains, but instead they got the cartel in there. I don't know. I'll explain it here, but in Arena they explain why it takes so long. Want me to spoil you? No. Because trains take more than 10 seconds. You got me there. You got me there. Let's continue. You got me there, man. I also heard that the passengers get so tired and weary that they start literally ripping and tearing into one another. Sounds like I might finally have a chance to see a masterpiece with my own eyes. Even when the sinners wear the identities through my identity cards, the identity's memories or beliefs don't bleed into them once it's over and done with. I remember when Faust explained that, due to the risk associated with embracing such influences, there was a filtering process to intentionally block them from reaching the sinners. That's why the sinners could use the identities of some of our worst enemies without getting infected by their philosophies and whatnot. Cromer Faust. Franz Ferdinand of Austria. It's based off an auxiliary source, a short story written by Stephen King. The Jaunt. Interesting. But it also meant that they couldn't retain any new information that each identity had to offer. That's why I keep a record of some things that sound particularly important and sometimes share with the rest of the sinners. My voice doesn't really carry well past the window, so most of our communications are one-sided, but an abundance of W Corp identities, so it wasn't difficult to piece together the truth behind the trains. But, maybe ignorance really is bliss. Their alarmed response and possible incompliance have already been accounted for. Lady Faust? Then thou hast known this all along? Wherefore hast thou deigned to tell me of this? Faust has indeed known this all along, as no knowledge is out of Faust's reach. As expected, a solution to your dilemma has already been prepared. What's Dawn's? Well, the thing with the city is that it's basically Switzerland-sized city filled with structures and peoples. Well, so the city is the size of Switzerland? How big is Switzerland? Switzerland's not that big, isn't it? It's like in the middle of like 3 countries. No, the city is just Seoul, Korea. But the whole world is in there. Actually, the outskirts. It's gonna be like some Attack on Titan shit, where it's like there's like a bigger wall around like the outskirts, and then there's just even more of the city, and then this city inside is just all like a little rat experiment. You know what I mean? Imagine. I seriously doubt your solution involves not getting on the train. So what is it? The bus. Oh, what about the bus? There's no way this thing fits inside a train car. Caron beat those too. Know when to feed Matthew when Caron's gone. Miss Faust. The rearmost tail cars of warp trains are all freight cars. That is where Mephistopheles will be safely fastened and transported. Huh. So when, like, people outside of the warp trains Does it also take like 10 seconds for them? Are they, because like is the warp train like weaving in and out of a dimension and it takes long for them, but in this one it's just like fine? The city is around 43 kilometers, I don't know, kilometers squared? What are you trying, are you putting a hex on me? What do you want? There's the city, the outskirts, which is outside the city but still hospitable, and the ruins. I love Undertale. Guess it's always 10 seconds for everyone outside. You know what? That sounds good enough for me. What the fuck is a kilometer? Eagle screech. I don't know what a kilometer is, so these don't make sense to me. I don't know. And the LCV will have the benefit of boarding as first-class passengers. The bus begins to swell with noise again, and with a slightly different air to the alarmed response from earlier. First-class passengers? What's a seat for those pompous toffs? You're on normal trains, you got those sods whose proudest accomplishments in life is planting their asses in first-class seats, while others are cramming themselves into freight cars because they haven't the cash for even an economy ticket. Hey, don't look at me. I've never been in one of those first-class seats before either. Isn't the ticket for a single first-class seat, like, as expensive as 3-4 months' salary of a first-year wing employee? Can our budget really handle getting a ticket for all of us? The company's budget is not a subject that warrants your concern. I heard first-class passengers get some cool bonus stuff like personalized private capsules or something, don't they? That is the promotional luggage, yes. They are flash-freeze hibernation capsules, to be precise. Kilometer is 1,000 meters. In American terms, the city is bigger than Maryland, but smaller than West Virginia. See, this also doesn't make any sense. I have no concept of size. Like, I can't imagine how big shit is. I just can't, honestly. I just can't do it. I don't even know how big my own state is. I'm just like, shit. Because I live on the fucking border of one, so I'm like, oh, we're in another state? That was so goddamn easy. Like, what? Ugh. They have been designed to easily withstand the true amount of time it takes for the warp train to travel from point A to point B. The trip will be over in the blink of an eye for the passengers. The company's regard for our well-being is unfamiliar, yet welcome. To be provided such extravagance merely for our comfort. Such occurrences quite seldom. Right? I honestly thought they were going to slip just the guide and Charon into the first-class seats and ship the rest of us into the economy seats. This seems like an unnecessary luxury. They should have saved their budget and given only the executive manager and their loyal advisor access to those seats. Otis, stop bootlicking for 5 seconds, girl! Ugh, root beer. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're taking the train to the next mission, alright? We have to think about the unique nature of warp trains and prepare ourselves accordingly. I need her. Tetsumega only ever appears when Otis is on screen. Meters 1/10 of the distance from the equator to the North Pole. Hope this doesn't help, dumbass. Oh, that's big. Right? I know it's first class and all, but warp trains are just plain creepy. I knew you'd also be worried about. For example, economy passengers are going to have a hard time getting into the first class car. If they can't even open it, I mean, I'm pretty sure the door separating the cars is ironclad. Ishmael, who'd been holding the first class promotional pamphlet in her hands for a while, was trudging on with fire in her eyes. We won't even have to lift a finger. We just have to board the train, get into our capsules, shut our eyes, and snooze through the entire ride until all that mess into the cars blows over. I heard they used to give our commemorative merch back when their finances were in the gutter, and... Oh. So everyone just starts slaughtering each other on the trains? That's hilarious. Your boot tastes so good, manager. Clockhead, let me lick your boots. Your shoes. Oh no, Don Quixote? Shoes? A true adventure is not without its hardships, yet even the most exalted of heroes cannot venture without respite. And, in very rare occasions, the hero may even deign to select a first-class seat to rest in place of a quaint inn, indeed. Yeah, everyone becomes a Ryoshu. Oh, sign me up, man. Oh, ooga. Your chat isn't scrolling? What the fuck is up with it? It's like never done that before. I was wondering why it was kind of weird. Because everything appeared at the top instead of the bottom. What the hell's wrong with them? 1 second. Let's see. Where is it? Balls. What the fuck? Why isn't it? Maybe I'll just do this again. I don't know why it's not working. It's weird. Balls 2, the sequel. Sum up the warp train. It's longer than you think. It's eternity in there. Oh, Jesus. I don't know why it's not working, but I don't know. Maybe it'll just fix itself, and if not, it'll probably fix itself by next stream. So, holy shit, we're all just like, just chilling in time right now. Just like the fucking, warp train. Yes. See, it makes sense. So now it will just look like I'm talking to myself and I am insane, and I'm willing to go through with that. So, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That is chill as hell. I know it just disappeared. I'm trying something again. I'm gonna try one more thing before I just leave it be. See, it's popping up there, and I don't know why. It's popping up there, but it's not, like, doing the auto-scroll. I don't know if I turned it off somehow or something. Keep typing shit. Make it fill up. So let's see if it'll scroll. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just not scrolling. I don't know. It's weird. I'm on DB going, goodbye, Apollo. I'm gonna cook up a meme from the Stars 3D, hoping no one does it before me. Good luck, bro. Guess chat is just gonna be a fucking asshole today. I don't know. Who cares? It'll probably be fine before whatever next gay stream I do. I guess since there was growing consensus among the sinners that even a warp train trip might be acceptable, it meant they could ride in the first class seats. I will board the train if I must. Is first class seating mandatory? I prefer the scenic route. Don't want to miss out on all the fun. So just every stream, basically. Basically. Yeah, there's something up with it. I don't know what. Virgilius pretended to not hear Ryoshu's question. Very well. Then I assume that we are all in agreement. Let's go. Oh, I have a matter of great importance to discuss with the... What is it? Out with it last. Beating around the bush ain't like you. Don Quixote carefully began, almost whispering in a low voice. That is, in the first class seats. I've heard tell that we must board with our feet freed from our boots. Doth that claim hold water? What's your opinion on bygone days, Ishmael? Awooga! Woman. Her booties. Her little boots. Her little rosciente. Don Quixote whispering. I wanted to scream it, but I didn't have the energy. Bygone days, Ishmael looks pretty cool. I like her. I like Raja's new ID. She has a little like chubby cheek. She's so cute. Don Quixote ASMR, truly an experience. It's just Screech. I'm feeling lesbian. Welcome. Welcome to the Project Moon world. You must always feel lesbian when you see Ishmael on screen. Rajan's bag just eats her or something. Real as fuck. Oh, come on now. What kind of nonsense gossip is this coming from this time? 'Tis no gossip, forsooth. I have overheard aught from those we have walked past here today, and... When one of them inquired, you know that you gotta go barefoot in first class, right? The other responded with, of course, man. What am I, stupid? Doth the travelers speak true, Ishmael? Don't ask me. I've never been on one of those either. I've been here longer than you. It's longer than you think. Just like the warp train. If the AliExpress worker goes off route, fucking kills the driver. There's just a drone strike. Straight into their skull. Oh, I clicked something. What did I click? My fat fingers. There we go. I don't remember seeing anything like that in the pamphlet. Give me a sec. I mustn't be separated from Raciente. Not even for a twinkle. I shan't toss Raciente to the sides next to such vulgarities like the ugly shoes of Sir Heathcliff. Oh, you little. I implore thee, O illustrious red gaze. Prithee, grant me thy permission to allow me to play with Raciente. I expected Virgilius to answer with his usual exasperated rebuff, contrary to my expectations. However, he responded in a somewhat serious tone, if tainted by that familiar annoyance. Fine. Keep your shoes. You got bombed Helldiver style. I love reading Don Quixote fucking dialogue. Because I just feel insane. The Northern Fixer. Ooh. Ooh, Don. Look what we got here. Your Jordans are fake. This place is huge. That was my first impression of the warp train station. Oh, so this is... Don Quixote shouted vibrantly, immediately recovered from her previous apprehension of the sheer possibility that she might be separated from Raciente. So each nest has one of these massive structures in them? I've got nothing. Boy, know anything about what they're asking? Heathcliff asked, gesturing towards Marisol with his chin. Every warp train station has been built with the general design philosophy that derives from their respective nests' architectural idiosyncrasies. It can also be said that many critics in relevant fields praise the warp train stations as one of the many cultural cornerstones of the city. I also cannot believe that we got like 1,600 free lunacy this night. We got a fucking lot. That's crazy. Schalt. Mayor Schalt. Shitter Schalt. I don't know. I have no idea when it happened, but Heathcliff started treating Marisol like a walking encyclopedia from time to time. I don't blame him, I would too. That mirror dungeon bug was insane, man. I don't even know what was happening there. What was the bug? What was the bug? Marisol! Young Marisol! Lo, is that passenger over yonder one from the west? Incorrect. Leather-based clothing from metal armor, predominantly fashion trends often visible in the outfits of the Western population. Young Marisol. Oh, what could it mean? That shit was their game breaking. Damn. Prithee, slow thyself, for I must make a record of thy lectures. What wisdom dost thou have to impart regarding the fashion of the northern region? I have once espied in a magazine that they are garbed in puffy, loose-fitting outfits. Understandably so, given the colder climate of the region. An opportunity for a first-hand observation stands before you. Oh! Ooh. 3 seconds of screaming duet, one of utter fascination and the other of unmitigated frustration. What the shit? You nearly blew out my eardrums! You're the one to talk. Dude, I've got an audible frequency range expansion implanted in my eardrums! Holy shit, man! Now get the hell out of my way. You're blocking the walkway like a ragtag band of hicks who's never even seen a warp train before. Southern accent. Damn it, I take the train all the way here for an expedition. I'm gonna lose my target and now these assholes are trying to blow out my eardrums. Great, just great. I love this. Guys, is it that obvious that we've never been on a warp train before? And the round trip ticket fee came straight out of my damn pocket. Whoa, watch out, big fella. Someone might get too seriously hurt if he keeps swinging those 4 arms around. Each one holding a weapon to boot. Prithee, wilt thou stand still for but a moment to satisfy a few inquiries of mine regarding thy outfit? Oh, yes. Stand in absolute stillness for 5 minutes and I... Seriously? The fixer, with a particularly impressive set of prosthetic arms, Cromer would not be happy with this. Spent a few minutes venting several of his numerous grievances at us before storming off to a different platform. Ah, indeed. 'Tis grand, the city of sundry odd personalities. I'm pretty sure he was thinking the same thing. I guess there really are a lot of people in this city with full body prosthetics. Sinclair's having like horrible flashbacks right now. That's when Virgilia slowly walked up to our group. Well then, we'll rendezvous at the destination. Huh? Would the illustrious Rodgay's not right alongside us? W Corp policy demands that fixers bestowed with a color title must board a train specifically prepared for them instead. Ooh, are you riding, like, the first class plus or something? That's the color fixer for you, I guess. Special treatment from the wings no matter where he goes. Charon wants to go back to Mephi. Mephi will be lonely. Told you before, Charon. 3 separate times, actually. Each time I bought you one of those candies that people aren't allowed aboard the freight cars. Then, Miss Faust. Yes. Virgilius, after exchanging a knowing look and nod with Faust, escorted the particularly peeved Charon away. Dante, let us proceed this way. So why does Charon get to go with him? The special, like, to the special color car, but we don't? Why? We follow Faust's guidance to the entrance of our train car. Whoa! Hey, our colors are starting to come back. Ooh! Hey, these must be the fabled complimentary food and drink of the first class seats. Heck yeah, of course. Quality stuff like these gotta be included with that insane pricing. The general response to this room was a surprise at the rows upon rows of expensive-looking, sizable capsules. There was an incident where a color trained the entire carriage how to fight during the warp train dimension. So you have to fight in the warp trains? Like a coliseum? Flash freeze hibernation, huh? I guess it really freezes all our bodies in a flash. Faust, are these flash freeze hibernation devices safe? Please elaborate on your exact definition of safe. These things are supposed to freeze us solid, right? Can we really come back from something like that? The flash freeze hibernation... No, but they then fought the cleanup agents. Warp trains confuse me. A flash freeze hibernation device will put you in a temporary state of death, caused by rapid cellular cryopreservation process. However, the rapidity of the process prevents damage to your cells during the phase change. Therefore, in most normal cases, this will not cause any issues. Ross is aware that this model has fully resolved cell membrane breaching issues caused by cryogenic density change or by ice crystal growths of hydrogen molecules. So after that, the colors were no longer allowed to be in regular carriages, so they couldn't kill the janitors. We're pretty 20,000 plus years, what the fuck? I missed about half of what you said, but your point is that it's safe, right? Yes, as far as Faust is aware. Even if an issue were to arise during the journey, because everyone will be reverted to their states at the beginning of the train upon normal, there won't be any lasting complications from said problem. How the color fixer even keep them sane? He probably didn't, and that's even funnier. You've got some real talent in dragging out something so simple as, yeah, it's safe, just so many words. Seriously. Indeed, as Faust's talents are not limited to a singular field. Okay, but that still leaves a lot to be worried about. Just as I was wondering, however, I realized that there was something odd about the way she phrased that answer. As far as Faust is aware, are you saying that it could be wrong? As a general rule, Faust does not err. However, Faust is also not a divine being. There are certain information in the world that Faust is yet to have access to. Therefore, while Faust may speak facts, what is said may not always align with the truth. Okay. They weren't saying they were insane and taught how to fight, which is even more dangerous. Imagine being so bored you do that type of shit. Color fixers for ya. They don't call first class for nothing, I guess. P-Corp's way up there in the northernmost corner of the city, but this thing will take us there in the blink of an eye, huh? It's one hell of a time saver. Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! Prepare thyselves, Rasciente! Thus begins the long jaunt. Oh! Like the book? The jaunt? Like the book? Sorry. I apologize for everything I may say and do. Ooh, I've been meaning to ask Don Quixote. Do you ever, wash those shoes? Where'd that come from, Raja? No, I mean, think back to when we were inside that whale. When that whale blew up, we got all kinds of its gross, slimy bits on us. They were on our clothes, our shoes, everything. Yeah. And do you remember how much we had to scrub to get that bloody, fishy, fleshy gunk out of our clothes? This really isn't something I want to revisit, but yeah. Right? Just remember how Don Quixote never took her shoes off once during that whole ordeal? Okay, I guess they do look a bit filthy. I ask thee, dear companions, hast thou ever witnessed an errant knight who leaves the side of their beloved steed? I can't say I ever witnessed a knight before, though. Thou shalt know. Starting now, behold it, hearken to it, and remember it well. They don't spare us even a moment of quiet, do they? Oh, have you been one of these, Otis? I've been treated to a premium VIP seats of similar grandiosity back then. This is nothing to fuss over. Not gonna I always shit my pants in the cryo tube? Yeah, what happens when you have to go to the bathroom during those, 20,000 years? Huh? That shit doesn't even stink. She's using the mold as cushion or some shit like that. Freeze-dried crust. Ooh, gross. You don't? Bro, what if I gotta piss myself in the cryopod? Does it just freeze to my leg? Ugh. Ugh, my ass. My ass. Otis, who was sitting there and shaking her legs, suddenly asked Faust a question. Hey, you're confident that no accidents ever occurred on one of these first-class cars, yes? In order to prevent cases of unnecessary anxiety and misgivings among the sinners, the history of accidents that have occurred aboard warp trains will not be shared. Wait, what the? You cannot die, you do not need to eat, you do not need to sleep, you do not need to drink. You have a feeling of needing to piss and not being able to piss the entire time. Holy shit, Library of Ruina reference? Is that a Library of Ruina reference? I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. Please don't piss in the cryo tube. We know which first class passenger boards which cryo tube. Uh-oh. Beep. Oh, I think we're leaving soon. This is for Warp Train PW612, bound for P-Corp. Boarding period is ending soon. The sinners, who are either leisurely enjoying their complimentary snacks or taking a look around the first-class car, suddenly became a lot busier. If you entered drunk, you would be drunk the entire time. Same if you entered high. That sounds sick as hell, being high for 20 fucking years. You're gonna reach enlightenment not even the monks could achieve. Then, let us hurry and enter our capsules before it is too late. Oh no, why isn't this... The other sitters made it to their capsules no problem, but I felt like I was the only one who was fumbling. Is that anxiety, Dante? I think so. Initiating warp in 10 minutes. Allow me to assist you. Stand as though you are leaning back, and... 20 years? Longer than you think. Whoa! Are they all hitting poses? Is that Dawn? Dude, do not lock me in the Honglu cryo pose. I'm gonna come out a different man and he's coming out pregnant. Sorry. Boss expertly guided me into the capsule as though she'd done something like this before, and pressed the button inside the capsule that closed the hatch. Do not worry too much. We will meet again in but a moment, Dante. I thought I heard a brief sigh, but the hatch shut tightly before I could ask her anything. Initiating warp. Please confirm that your seatbelts are firmly fastened. The last thing I saw before my capsule began to fill with gas was Foss climbing into her own capsule opposite of mine. I had no idea then what she really meant by "we will meet again in but a moment." Dante, you must wake up. Dante. God, Foss, I'm feeling lesbian. Imagine entering it in the middle of a hangover with the worst migraine possible. Hey, at least you won't be there to feel a majority of it. But one thing I knew for sure was an inconvenienceable situation has occurred. Something had seriously gone wrong. Ooh. Do not let Tetsmega into Otis's cryo chamber. Do not. Whatever you do, y'all. We're here already? Wow, I guess that wasn't an exaggeration at all. That all really happened in the blink of an eye. As always, Foss was giving me her usual look, which was a complete lack of any emotive expression. Which, I suppose, is why I didn't immediately register that something had gone awry. No, we are not yet at our destination. Look at her face! She's so cute! When I'd finally come to, and after I had some time to digest that odd reply, I looked up at her face once again. Do not leave me in Marisol cryo chamber. You know, we're gonna keep the sinners locked up for their own safety. And I realized that her expression was more antsy than usual by a microscopically minuscule degree. I'm pretty sure you're the one coming out pregnant. Lock them in a cryo chamber with Otis and they're coming out pregnant. Tetsmega, are you gonna get impregnated by Otis? I have a feeling the answer is yes. So, the train is still running? Yes. Then, where are we? I believe we are currently stranded in an unidentified dimension. Coordinates unknown. I took a reflexive, deep breath from the sheer horror of the numerous implications stuffed into that dryly delivered sentence. When that passed, the first thing that struck my mind was that we were about to suffer the very thing we were so worried about. I see. And the train, Dante, you fucking idiot. Look around! But I soon found myself calming down. Yeah, this had to be a part of Foss' plan. She probably saw this coming from a mile away. I'm sure she's about to probably tell me every little detail of her plan that will help us out of this situation. But this is all just part of the plan, right? Faust? That was an unusually long silence from Faust. You were half correct, yet half incorrect. With that, Faust led me to the flounder in the chaotic steam of vaguely terrifying information as she began stopping by each capsule to wake the sinners. Oh, we're here already? Man, it really happened in the blink of an eye. No. Ooh, what's this? We're here already? For real? It really happened in the blink of a... No. Whoa, we're here already? I guess I really was worrying over nothing. No. Oh, no. No. Yi-song steps out. Oh, no. What? But I have not uttered a single word. Man, poor Yi-song. It was a brief cheer, a little hurrah about regaining our colors, followed by flat-toned explanation of our current predicament, which was then followed by a long, loaded silence, which was a sequence of events I had the pleasure of watching play out on about 10 consecutive occasions. Date, I understand your confusion. However, perhaps an elaboration of our present circumstance is necessary. This is Twink Erasure Faust. Let Yi-sung speak. Let him speak. Let the Twink speak! Let the emo Twink announce his feelings to the world. And that brings us to the present. Let me get this right. This train's still running, and we are drifting through some unknown dimension. Ooh, aught about that striketh me as quite dramatic. Most importantly, are you saying that you already knew that this would happen to Faust? Yes. What the hell is wrong with you, huh? Listeners each began to voice their anger. Of course, this wasn't the first time Faust and Virgilius intentionally and knowingly omitted certain details about events in our path. What, are you insane? It's not like we can just retreat or jump out of that door when stuff hits the fan. Opening the door will result in nearly immediate destruction of the physical body. But hey, Fao, at least you know what to do like you always do. You got a plan, right? Right? Faust, whom I had rarely ever seen at a loss for words, was unusually slow to respond. She can't connect to the Faust Discord server. What's up with her? Lass looks totally out of it today. She gives me a sideways glance. There must be something she can't discuss in front of the sinners. Guys, let's pause for a bit. She said that something inconceivable's happened. A Bluetooth device has been disconnected. The other sinner's anger was completely understandable. It also makes sense that this continued lack of communication was harming our trust in Faust. Alright, we're gonna go over the situation from the start, okay? But just letting things play out might really turn everyone against Faust, and for good. Besides, I doubt Faust woke us up in the middle of the trip just to spite us. First things first, I gotta get the sinners to calm down. Then I'll ask Faust to tell us what happened. If there's a problem, we'll figure it out and deal with it as we move along. Tell us what's going on, Faust. All of it. And in a way that we can all understand. Let's hear her out first. Is that okay with you guys? If you say so, I'll go along with it. Fine. I suppose losing my rag really ever did anything. Thank you. Then, after some time, the gist of Faust's explanation was as follows. The cause of this issue, as always, involved a certain contract and an unilateral decision from the higher-ups of Limbus Company. W Corp caught wind of Limbus Company's recent distortion contract management promotions, and decided to contract us to deal with a mysterious, repeated series of incidents suspected to have been caused by a distortion, after multiple failed attempts to resolve it on their own, of course. The distortions themselves likely did not pose a problem for W Corp. Based on the available information, it can be determined that they would have all been neutralized as soon as the train arrived, and any transformed passengers would have been reverted to their human forms. But the real issue was the passengers were disappearing. Passengers? Spirited away? The movie! Alas, such is an impossibility aboard these trains, is it not? That is the question for which we must discover the precise cause and effect of. Did W Corp share anything to get us started? That appears to be the most prominent cause of this misunderstanding. She explained that W Corp refused to share anything about the trains because they were concerned about maintaining the secrets of their singularity. Maybe that's exactly why they sought out an upstart business like Limbus Company to deal with this, now that I think about it. We wouldn't have even known where to start if we didn't have access to the information that the identity cards had to offer. Boss produced what happened to be a keycard with W Corp logo on it before continuing her explanation. However, we were given this master keycard that can open and close the hibernation capsules at will. We may return to our respective capsules as soon as the contract is fulfilled, and safely complete the rest of the journey as we had planned from the beginning. Those bloody wings. Every single one of them's been absolutely barmy. I think it's a bit unkind for them to ask us to finish the puzzle without all the important pieces. At least at T-Corp, their executive chief director tagged along as our assistant, not to mention kindly explaining so many new things to us. It sounds like Miss Faust was stuck between a rock and a hard place herself. Some sinners grew more receptive after her explanations, albeit with a sigh. Ugh, I would have appreciated if you at least gave us a hint. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but it's like there's something out there monitoring your every move and every word, right? That is... I knew it! I knew it! Faust is like a fucking clone! She's not the only one! Delicious Faust lore. But not everyone was willing to let this go without saying their piece. Next time, I will take your inputs into account. And that's everything I can do for her. It's an undeniable truth that Faust has disappointed the sinners with what she's done. But she is Faust, after all. I'm sure she has backup plans to get us out of this situation. So what is next on our agenda? Yeah, what's done is done, right? Besides, it's not like we gotta rot away for thousands of years inside this metal box. That is something I must first discuss with Dante. Discuss? But discussing things with other people is very unlike Faust. What are we discussing, Faust? You must converse in a lower volume, Dante. Why are we whispering? Her secretive attitude only exasperated my already battered sense of safety. My connection to the fucking shaft, Faust, has been severed. I'm sorry, what? I cannot access Faust's knowledge at the moment. I guess I really was right to be anxious. The Faust congregation, the Discord server. She's lost connection. Uh-oh. She's been kicked from the Discord server. Ooh, we got a chain going? Chat room.
함께하죠.
자, 풀
That's kinda
뜯을
crazy.
시간이다.
Magic bullet. Simply because I think it's fun.
준비는 항상 되어 있습니다.
함께하죠.
자,
결투.
이곳을
의뢰인가요?
애도의 시간이군.
Why didn't I just put her on the main team? Oh, fucking. What do I know? How do you even say that? Just Shaft expands Phosphor by quite a bit. Splendid! Yes. What do you mean you can't? I mean it in the most literal sense. My access to Phos input and information, which has always been easily available, is completely severed. Oh, what if everything about the situation is something you don't have access to yet, like you said last time? One cannot completely display that possibility, but even that is uncertain. Every answer Faust has given me was always full of confidence and methodical expertise. I don't think she's ever said a sentence that was this full of speculation and doubt. Then, Faust, you are... Yes, at this moment, I am limited to operating only with my knowledge. I cannot discern the cause of this disconnection. More than enough precautions have likely been taken in case of interdimensional travel, but perhaps Faust did not take into account an occasion in which we may have to access an unidentified dimension such as this. Or, even if it was taken into account, this particular dimension may not have been subjected to cross-observation. If that is not the case, then No, never mind. There is nothing that suggests my connection to Faust would be lost, even as we boarded the train. To be honest, this is a rather disagreeable situation for me. So Faust is more like a hive mind, it seems, right? Kind of. So she's definitely not Faust. She's like a Faust. But who is the Faust? Now that changes everything. Well, the last thing I saw before the hatch on my capsule closed, when Faust told me not to worry too much. Okay, this is just a minor setback, nothing we can't beat, right? We got this. Gesellschaft means society, basically. A society and personal ties. So it's a bunch of Fausts. I began to mutter like I was trying to convince myself. As the manager, my job is to calm everyone down and set their sights on the future, just as Foss did for me immediately before the hatch closed. If you're right about why you were disconnected, then that problem will solve itself once we're off the train. And if we do ever run out of options, I'll just turn the clock and see what happens. Don't stress yourself too much. We still have a lot to work with. Your knowledge, my, clock, and the sinners, and I could feel my confidence taking a hit with every new word that came out of my metaphorical mouth. That seemed to be enough for Faust. She nodded. Understood. And to the sinners, the fact that we are currently confined to the warp train in operation must be a source of enough stress. I believe that sharing Faust's current state with them would add an unnecessary source of tension. What, so I reckon this door ain't gonna do anything? We're all gonna bite it once it opens? How many times do I have to tell you that you're not even strong enough to break this door down? A Jessel shaft is kind of like a storage for records. So it's like Faust's brain, but with a lot of Faust's input into brain. I don't know. I'm making theories over here, chat. What's gonna happen when they open that door? Why are they like, well, the second we open it, we're all just gonna fucking die? A billion years in this box. Yeah, good idea. So, what now? Do you have to take a searching sweep around each car or something? Or is that the outside? Oh, that might be the outside. In the grand scheme of things, yes. It's not direct communication with other Foss. It's more that Foss from Mirror World store the records of their knowledge in Jill Shaft by what I understand. Okay. So it's like a congregation. It's a collection of all of their knowledge and information and shit. So it basically is the Foss Discord server. Alright. Understood. What? You're in a train moving through the fabric of reality itself. Yeah! Yeah, probably shouldn't go outside. Opening a door is not a good idea. Unless... By A-Corp standard timescale, approximately 3 days have passed since our departure. As per the contract between Limbus Company and W-Corp, I acquired the master keycards placed inside my capsule and adjusted the hatch settings to open automatically in 3 days. 3 days, huh? Like, Jesus! I feel like I just blinked in. I guess that's hibernation for you. As you were all informed prior to boarding, there was no way for the economy class passengers to enter the first class car. That is why this place has remained untouched. However, cross-referencing my own deductions in W-Corp's fragmentary explanations, I can assume that the situation is currently under progress in the economy class cars. The part where they thrash the shit out of one another, tearing their limbs off, all that mess. No, I doubt that. I don't think it gets as bad in just 3 days. Besides, that's supposed to be business as usual for W-Corp, right? There must be something else out of the ordinary that they want us to deal with. Precisely. In my opinion, it is... Oh, whoa! Hold that thought for but a moment! Just as Foss was about to continue, Don Quixote raised her index fingers to her lips and signaled for her to be quiet. Blech. Dost thou hear aught as I do? Scratching, nay, rapping, forsooth, past this gate it must be. As Don Quixote kept listening with her ear to the door, an odd expression of half curiosity and half horror appeared on her face. Wonder how Foss gained access or created such a thing, though. I don't know. I still 100% believe in there is a big boy Faust, the Faust, original Faust, who is the creator of, like, our Faust, whether she's a clone or a homunculus or some weird fucking AI. I don't know, man. That allows access to this shit. I stand by that. I stand by that, and I will not buckle. Is it possible that there must be... Lady Faust? After that very distressful noise, everyone simultaneously turned their heads to look at Faust, who closed her eyes briefly in thought. Please step aside for a moment, Don Quixote. It would be best if I observed it with my own eyes. Because of shaft nature, all Faust seem to share the same goal. Interesting. Which means they're all connected by one big boy Faust. There are theories, but I have a track record of being right. Because of that, I will not discuss any of them. Fuck! With that, she produced the master key card from her pocket and approached the panel installed next to the door. Whoa, hang on a minute, you're gonna open the door? I intend to follow your usual flavor of suggestion, Heathcliff. But there are times in which a physical altercation is preferable to detached ruminations. Huh? My suggestion? Well, I ain't gonna disagree with you there, but what's gotten into you, lass? W Corp Identity FOSS actually talks about FOSS Wish, which is to know all the city. FOSS Kanto is gonna be insane. It's gonna be fucking crazy, man. It's gonna be insane. The deeper we get into the cantos, the more insane it's gonna get. It's just gonna be peak after peak, and I'm excited. After all, how could I deduce anything without seeing it myself? After a mechanical brief. Beef? Hideous creature suddenly crashed the door and charged wildly in our direction. Yippee! Oh boy! Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension! So like the staff in the warp trains, like I'm assuming they have a driver and of course the cleanup crew. Do they have to live through the like fucking 1,000 years or whatever? Or do they just wake up like very briefly before it ends and clean everything up and then they just get off the train and they have like an extra minute or something? Like an hour, that's their shift. Is that what happens? Or are they subjected to literally living through the billions of fucking years, just like normal? And just have their memory wiped or something. Cromer Fox. Their bodies freeze inside. I would have assumed they, like, were put in the capsules and they wake them up, like, 2 hours before, however long their shift is, and it's like, yep, just go clean that shit up, y'all. Go start putting them back together. That's what I would do if I was a horrid, disgusting, fucked up wing in the city. Just the usual. Yeah, like the cleanup, like the staff. Lady Faust, however similar in appearance they may have been to the passengers. They enter the train beforehand. So, like, they're currently on the train, but, like, where are they? Or are they just, like... Did they get frozen so they're not killed and wait till everyone dies? Like, it arrives and there's a 10-minute delay before it can be boarded. Oh, that's how they do it. Interesting. Lady Faust. Okay, I already read that. Verily, 'tis as though they were in complete want of sense. Like people politified by the whale. Don Quixote hesitated until the last second to raise her weapon against them. She hung her head mournfully. Normally, Faust would have told her more information about those monsters before the fight began, and she would not have been burdened by the sheer thought of bringing harm to the innocent. Faust began searching the area, closely observing various bodies in the general area for information. You appear particularly inquisitive today, Miss Faust. Huh, yeah. Aren't you usually the one who has all the answers while we're racking our brains trying to come up with something? The sinners were starting to feel as though there was something off about Faust's behavior. They might even soon realize that there's something wrong with Faust. Don Quixote, they are not dead. Oh? Observe closer. The parts are all tethered to one another by something, are they not? Oh! It appears that the flow of time has ceased in this space. Therefore, it follows that the connections that tethered the bodies to life and away from death remain intact. To my relief, Faust managed to correctly figure out what's going on like her usual self, even if it took her slightly longer than it usually does. Hey, what did I say? We got this! Huh? What was that about? Oh, nothing. But I'd forgotten that not all sinners were content with nodding along to whatever information Faust told us. Flow of time has ceased aboard a warp train, is it? Yi-san grew pensive, seeing that. Foss lips parted for a moment before closing shut. I was starting to get a good read of her expressions. That was an unmistakable look of regret, however short-lived. Howbeit, would it not be more accurate to muse that the flow of time has decelerated to the point where, to an extra-dimensional observer, it has slowed to a stop? What is your perspective regarding this suggestion? Yes, that is a most rational suggestion, Yi-san. Did Miss Foss just get something wrong? Wow. Yi-san sure is a time expert, right? Can you summarize it in an easier language now that we're talking about it anyway? Ah, gladly, if you'd allow me. Yi-san began to elaborate with gentle enthusiasm. That was close. Speak in brevity. It can be said that death is not an element aboard this train. And can you maybe speak in a little less brevity? To elaborate. Verily, this one's heart still beats. Don Quixote lowers her head and listens closely to what appeared to be a dismembered torso, and shouts with relief. Their stay is akin to an unassembled jigsaw puzzle, merely immobilized and separated. Though their corpus has been sundered, the concept of death is at a state of, for all intents and purposes, eternal delay aboard this train. Existence is continuance of moratorium. Forced they are to be tethered upon the thinnest yet tenacious thread of life. I ill understood what had been said here, yet they are not all dead the same, If their severed parts are all connected, then it could be said that no matter how entangled their bodies become, it is not possible to eventually gather their parts together to form a single passenger. What if you're like fucking duking it out on the warp train, and you get back and suddenly you have someone else's arm? Like, what do you do? How do you just come back from that? What does it mean? Thus, naturally, we can determine how and why the profession W Corp cleanup agent has come to be. I see. Because someone will have categorized and reconstruct these puzzles once the journey is over. It's really baffling to me that a job like this even exists. Ever seen a wing that wasn't baffling in every sense of the word? Still, I guess that means that as long as the train arrives at the station, they'll all be put back together like nothing happened. From what I learned through the W Corp identities, their main job was to gather chunks of flesh together and bring them back to their original shapes before they boarded the trains. It's a lot more visceral when I have to look at it in person. It is quite the auspicious news among ill tidings indeed. It soon clicked to me what Foss was, though with some awkward effort, trying to do as I watched Don Quixote sigh with relief. Maybe Foss was trying to cheer Don Quixote up in her own way. The other Foss would not find it even necessary to do something like that. Dante. What's up? Oh, time to whisper, right? Indeed. I intend to collect further intelligence. Well, if there's anything I can tell you... Foss cast a dark gaze towards the chunk of flesh. Her gaze remained fixed upon them as she whispered. Are they distortions or abnormalities? Oh, yeah, I actually wanted to ask you about that. They weren't humans, that's for sure. From them, I felt the same sensation I felt from monsters. Something inexplicable, an unclear sensation or an aura. I felt this somewhere before, I'm sure of it, but I couldn't quite pinpoint the source of the sensation. One thing I do know for sure is that this sensation was not the same feeling I got from abnormalities, distortions, or even Bacatula. If I had to lean one way or the other, I'd say they're closer to distortions. I'm sorry. I don't think they're either of those. Is it difficult to be certain at the moment? Again, I'm not sure how I can explain this, but they're very, very similar to distortions, but also different. If you had to ask them, then I'm gonna guess Foss doesn't know. Foss may know, but I, at this moment, have no way of knowing. I feel like I should apologize for that. There is no need, Dante. But the information you have provided with me is rather ambiguous. It has helped me to do something of worth. And collecting intelligence myself and creating deductions based on sparse information is quite... She paused, holding a bloody, slimy chunk of flesh in her hands. Did she just smile to herself with gore in her hands? Oh, finally, the awakening has begun. Ryoshu, what is wrong with you? She sees Foss just pick up a chunk of flesh and smile, and she's like, finally, it begins. Ryoshu, the biggest freak abode aboard the warp tray. I'm gonna like eat fucking cans or something. I don't know. After a round of intelligence gathering from Faust. Gulp. We open the door to the next cabin, only to be greeted by a loud commotion. It sounds like there are other survivors. Ah, passengers in danger! Worry not, for I have arrived to... Ugh. Whoa, whoa, don't come any closer. Who the hell are you guys? Holy shit! Angela. A four-armed woman suddenly jumped in our path. She appeared without a warning. Boss stumbled a little, inadvertently slapped by the figure's swinging arms as she pushed us away. Right, like you gave me any warning before you practically kicked that door open. Would you mind moving that huge sword out of our faces? It's a bit threatening. Threatening? I'm just trying to protect these civilians in this car. Also, isn't that a bioprosthetic? Must be an old timer, huh? I thought those things went out of style forever ago. Oh, you want to see what this old timer's got left in him? Ha! Thou art from the north, verily. Thy garb is that of northerners, no? This really ain't the time, lass. Anyways, looks like we're in the same mess here. Make way for us, yeah? She seemed to be sizing us up for a moment. Nah, how do I trust you? Got any proof that you ain't bitten? I'm not gonna let all my effort protecting this place go to waste. Bitten? What the bloody hell are you talking about? Weird. You look completely lost. If you were in one of the economy cars, I'm sure you've seen... Hold on. Are you all from the first class car? Yeah, we just woke up from our capsules. But none of you look very... I mean, aren't first class seats supposed to be, well, why didn't you say so from the get-go? Name's Sasha, a multi-crack office rep. With that, she lowered her weapons and allowed us to pass. Have you not left this car for the duration of the ride, Sasha? Huh? No, I haven't. We warped over to T-Corp after picking up one of their contracts, but jeez, can you believe that this train broke down? Shit, is it even broken? I'm not feeling hungry or sleepy at all. It seems like some shady bullshit if you ask me. You can feel all that even in a prosthetic body? Man, how could I live without my favorite hobby, drifting into a sweet nap after a pleasant meal? So I made sure to get high quality parts from him so I can still feel hungry and sleepy. Hasn't someone else of note also occurred? You bet your ass did something else of note go down. How distracting. Is it hard for you to speak without being so hyper? Or at least stop swinging your arms around like that. Can't do that, friend. I broke all my prosthetic arms in the fight, so I'm calibrating a new set. Gotta keep swinging them if I want them to sync up with the other parts anytime soon. Anywho, I doubt what the hell's going on, but people started turning into some weird monsters all of a sudden. I haven't a goddamn clue as to who they are. Don't seem like they can understand us either. I think my train car didn't have a lot of those monsters. I just chopped the monsters there were to pieces and hauled the civilians to this vacant car. 3,201 red colors. 3,202 red colors. You have decided to protect them, despite the potential risk that they may transform as well. But of course, 'tis expected duty of any valorous fixer to stand guard in the front lines of evil against to protect the weak. I've been keeping a close eye on them for the last 3 days, and so far, 0 transformations. Go past this car and you'll see what hell on earth really means. Those monsters are constantly trying to claw their way to the front of the train, so if you ask me, I would do that some shit went down there at one of the train cars in the back, and it spread like wildfire until it reached here. I see. That's all I can tell you about the situation, so what's your story? Why'd you rich first-class folks suddenly decide to grace us peasants with your presence? Nothing that happened here could have made it to your swanky first-class cars, so what's your business down here? W Corp has hired us to solve this case. We are, fixers! Indeed. Fixers. Boss nodded reluctantly as if she affirmed Don Quixote's boisterous declaration. Huh, they got every single one of you a first-class ticket. Your office must be rolling in the dough. Wait a goddamn second. So W Corp already knew that this would happen? But Are you really contracted to a wing? Not sure if I trust ya. As you must be aware yourself, contracts and contract fulfillment are of paramount importance for fixers. With that in mind, please recall that W Corp is one of the most secretive wings of the city. Ah, non-disclosure agreement, huh? Makes sense. I wouldn't want to deal with those oafy boys either way. Anyways, I'm still gonna have to ask for proof that you're actually contracted by W Corp. This is the master keycard given to us by W Corp. I believe that it can open most doors aboard this train. Boss produced a master keycard from her pocket. I guess there isn't any other way for us to prove that we're actually contracted to W Corp. A keycard? So you use this to open the path between the first class and the economy class car? Let's see. W Corp logo? Whoa, nice materials. Looks like you're telling the truth. Alright, I won't pry. Not like there's any cash in it for me either. So I guess you gotta go all the way down there for your job, huh? Yes. Fixer finally got out of our way, then with one of her free hands pointed toward the opposite door. Well, it's your funeral, ladies and gents. Or your victory lap, if you guys really are that good. Lots of luck to ya. I thank thee for thy words of courage, Fixer Sasha. I shall trust thee with protection of this fortress. Prithee, protect the innocents in my stead. Big sis, are you a fixer? Are you gonna save us from the monsters in the car behind us? Man, who let a literal child onto the warp train knowing she would probably be torn to fucking pieces? What the hell is wrong with this? You know, it's the city. I don't know why I'm asking that. It's the city. Oh? Just as we were about to reach the other end of the car, a little passenger pulls on Don Quixote's coattails. Aye, forsooth! Whoa, are you a famous fixer? Forsooth, once again, thou mayst know as me as a profoundly illustrious fixer. Whoa, I want to be a fixer too, just like you. Don't pester the lady. I'm sorry, she's my daughter and... Worry not thyself, 'tis no bother. No bother at all. Thou must dream of becoming a fixer thyself, little squire. It is fortunate that someone like yourself is aboard the train. Your presence ensured that child's survival. What you talking about all of a sudden? Come on, no need to keep up appearances between people in the same line of work. I'm just here to collect some sweet emergency contract fees from each and every one of them. Are you two on something or what? I see. I don't think Don Quixote needs to hear what you just said. Didn't know you could be like that, Faust. Be like what? You knew there was no way that fixer was actually here to protect them out of pure goodwill, but you decided to go along with Don Quixote's delusions anyway. Am I right? Good move. I was getting worried about what might happen if she started acting out again. You saw the twinkle in her eye too, right? Don Quixote has always been energetic, but she's been especially bouncy today. Eyes. Boss strode towards Sasha with a question. I have one last thing to inquire. It'll be 30k on per inquiry. That is quite an unsound decision to make for someone who claims to be in the same line of work as us. Have you considered the possibility that, once our contract is successfully completed, we could include references to our particularly cooperative associate office in our report to W Corp? Whoa, you serious? Well then, let me hear it. Were the eyes of the monsters you faced red by any chance? Sasha paused her swinging arms for a moment upon hearing that question, appearing to either be in thought or trying to recall something, then answered. I don't know. Those monsters were red all over, but is there something special about their eye color? Oh fuck, hold on. Someone messaged me. There we go. Well, for one, my prosthetic's eye is red. Our passenger over there's got red eyes, and oh, you there, the lady with the big swords also got red eyes. What, is someone out there paying cash for info on red eyes or something? Karapika. No, well, it was a question of no significance. Boss nodded lightly in her direction and opened the door to the next car. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the hell? No! It was just as we'd feared. The scene that appeared before us looked like it came straight out of a painting of hell. Hell screen. Whoa! Ryoshu is loving this. I can just tell. Because it's Ryoshu and she's insane. Ha, literally called Painting of Hell. Lunacy. I want to take Magic Bullet Otis because I simply think she is cool. And I want to see what she's like. Ooh, we're gonna bench Cromer.
제 차례. 관리인가.
주인놈 뜻에 따라
사냥감을
Yep,
찾은
that
건
works.
함께하자.
자,
결투 의뢰로군.
이곳 의뢰. 흙으로도
GG,
돌아가지
easy.
못하리라.
That's the ID Foth have.
가서 할 수 있는 건
Magic
다
Bullet,
해보라고.
easy.
저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
전투 응대에 나선.
It's time for the Magic Bullet sweep. God, my throat hurts already.
편히 쉬시게.
Let's go Yisung. When Yisung lands heads on that fucking skill with this ID, I swear to God, he just goes crazy. I don't know how he does it. He takes away like half the damn
가서 할
enemy's
수 있는
HP in
건 다
one go.
해보라고. 저보다 한
Look at
주먹거리도
you
안
little
되는
guys.
놈들이니까.
I'm Briar. Hello, Headless. Welcome back to Hale. Man, I really should always just like get a drink or something before I start stream, and then I'm not like miserable and having a scratchy throat halfway through. But like, where's the fun in that?
예사롭지가 않은데?
I just shot Ryochu. Okay.
재미 너무 쉽군요.
The magic bullet gives and the magic bullet takes. Should actually make a status effect team soon? Probably.
나가주게.
I have a lot of sinking guys. Maybe I should go with sinking. Because also then I can keep
이런
using
건 몽둥이가 약이지.
the Solemn Lament Yi song, and he goes kind of crazy. Like he goes crazy.
너무 쉽군요. 너무 쉽군요.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는
Full
놈이
crazy
이기는
style.
거라니까.
겁나를
Bisexual Yi song.
내게 바쳐주지.
아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼
You know how there's like all those Limbus
공격이 더 매서워지거든.
accounts that are like ketamine addict Sinclair? There's gotta be one out there that's bisexual Yi song or something. Right now I'm working on Tremor or Charge. I've never actually really had a charge unit. I've like never used charge except for like those 3 times I used like Dimension Shredder, which seems to be only for like a lot of the W Corp guys.
어라, 언제 다 해치웠담? 이제 가도 되죠?
Otherwise I just never use it. Otis. I want to use W Corp Otis. This one's for you, Tets Mega. Goons Mega. I'm bringing out the Otis. Use my Otis, please use
가서 할
mine.
수 있는 건
Oops!
다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는
Otis time.
놈들이니까.
겁나를 내게 바쳐주지.
Behind every Otis ID is a just as gay Yi song ID. Let's go, Korea.
편히 쉬시게.
Yawn. Who taught the gay boy to pose like that? Damn. Sweet, they getting your ass, Otis.
한 번에 끝낸다.
I need to add more like little Azraels to my screen. I don't think we have enough to be TBH. I think we need more. I need to just ask people to draw me little freak Azraels so I can put them on the screen. I'm gonna have them all line the bottom or something. Like a parade.
기를 테니
My evil minions.
나가주게.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 중.
Womp. Damn. Fuck him up, gay boy.
겁나를 내게 바쳐주지.
I switch out Ping Pong Yi-song for Flower Yi-song if you're doing a sinking theme.
sob소겠군.
Oh yeah, I heard what Spice Bush is really good for sinking. Yeah, but like, I like this one. He's funny. He's emo Yi-song. Well, they're all emo, but like this one's especially emo. I like the giant coffin he has on his back because it's like goth as fuck.
또한 잠들게.
그래. 결국 마지막까지
Yerp.
서 있는 놈이 이기는
겁나.
거라니까.
Win rate.
내게 바쳐주지.
공간을 뭉갠다.
이 새끼 죽은 다음에
Chat, once I finally finish
매서워지거든.
this event,
잠들.
I'm gonna start playing Ruina. I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna start playing it.
꿈을
God, that's
꾸러가.
crazy. After this event, we're gonna be like all caught up with Limbus. That's kind of insane. I basically played this entire fucking game solely on stream.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
나아가주게.
It was kind of crazy. It was kind of hard. Even when I was on like a 5-hour bus trip and my only like kind of source of entertainment could have been Limbus Company, I still just did not play it because I'm like, bro, I gotta stream this. This is really for stream. You gotta do all Library of Ruina stream? I probably will.
너무 쉽군요.
I probably will. There's too much shit we need to see you react to. Fair. I will play all of that on stream. I feel like with Lobotomy Corp it was a little harder because a lot of it was pretty grindy at times. Like, recently I was having to just basically go through the memory repository like every other day to get like ego gear and build shit up. And it was just very grindy for me, and I was just like, that's not enjoyable for a stream, and it's so fucking hard. Paddling in a narrow hallway really takes a lot out of you. Too bad. Making big movements when there's not a lot of room to move around, and takes more energy than you might think, especially for people like us who use longer weapons. These enemies weren't much harder than the ones we fought earlier, but it was inevitable that their sheer number would eventually wear down the sinners. What are these things, Foz? Yeah, I've been wondering that too. Why are you so tight-lipped all of a sudden? Those entities are... Those entities are... What do you think those entities are? Huh? Didn't I just ask you the same question? Oh no, are you... giving us a chance to come up with our own answers first? Of course, Foss did not confirm nor deny his question, but Sinclair was perfectly capable of interpreting her silence as in his own fashion. There were some things I learned after fighting them, I think. These monsters aren't mad at us, nor do they want to attack us because we're an obstacle. That's not why they're attacking us. Quite. 'Tis apparent that they hunger for aught, charging at anyone and anything in a desperate quest to it. Right. That's strange, though. I thought hunger or thirst wasn't a thing aboard these trains. It could be determined from the entity's attack patterns that their offensiveness were not based on rational thought. The source of this behavior can only be traced back to primal aggressiveness. Yes, and? Was there anything else? Anything else? Yeah, I think they all had red eyes. Their bodies wreathed in blankets of red. I smelled blood, so that's likely what they're made of. Then it must be that the red was congealed, nay, crystallized blood. Thank you all. Your input has all been very helpful. It was my turn to start whispering. What did you learn from that? We are in luck, Dante. I've read upon this subject as a tangent while perusing for information regarding our next destination, moments before we boarded the train, and while that will be a useful element in resolving this situation. The sinners have also been a good source of intelligence when it came to categorizing and identifying important evidence from the available sea of information. Your advice was correct, Dante. You mean, you know what to do to blow this case wide open? Nothing can be said with absolute certainty at the moment. However, this will be a good place for us to start. With that, Foss turned around and faced the rest of the sinners. I will now present for you a solution to this predicament. Huh? Is there something else we gotta do than beating the crap out of whatever's in our way? That will not change, no. However, I'm about to share will give you a better understanding of the purpose behind W Corp's contract. and provide us with the possible meanings of finding the method by which we may complete it. It is very likely that the entity behind the incident on this train, by extension, every incident in the same nature has occurred in previous warp train tips, is a blood fiend. Away. Away.
어라, 언제 다 해치웠다.
Away.
이제 가도 되죠?
See, I haven't played Ruina, and I think that's a Ruina thing. And I'm guessing that was supposed to mean something. But I have no idea what it could mean. So... oops.
헌팅 커틀러리
Oops.
준비 끝.
I'm guessing they freaky. Oh my god, this shit's going crazy back here. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. How do they put those things back together? It looks like they got ran through a blender. Oh lord. Oh lord. Wait, a blood fiend? What's a blood fiend? A blood fiend? What in the name of wings is that? Huh. You, of all people, haven't heard of blood fiends. Oh, you are a team expert on obscure lore. Verily, I not once heard mention of these blood fiends. Perchance I have let a magazine article slip from my memory? Worst definitely happens. Uh-oh. Don Quixote furrowed her brows, genuinely lost. It was as though the very word sounded alien to her. I thought they were just monsters and stories to scare children at night. They're supposed to be afraid of garlic and sunlight, right? Oh, so they're just fucking vampires. They're just vampires. That's all they are? They're just vampires? My kin, my brothers. Ooh, that sounds a bit different from what I heard. I heard their fear of garlic and sunlight is just a rumor, and that what they're really afraid of is water. Ooh. Ooh. I've been briefed on the existence of blood fiends in the past, when I served as a commanding officer. And I've seen the dregs that they command. Though my memory isn't very clear, I am quite certain that these monsters here do not resemble what I've seen. I've seen someone who called themselves a blood fiend among the ranks of the Fingers, but the thing is, that blood fiend commander weren't like these rubber-textured ones. There's something off about this one. That one didn't spawn these dregs with abandon like this. Aren't you supposed to know this already? Yes. I see that some sinners have encountered blood fiends in the past. A long-winded explanation seems unnecessary. As many of you have stated thus far, the entities we face in this train do not appear to be blood fiends. In a sense, they are dreg-like beings that have failed to become kindreds. They are referred to as blood bags among relevant parties, according to information I am aware of. Whoa, blood bags. The Azrael Tepes fan name. Crazy. What a terrible name. Why would anyone name someone Bloodbags? Hey, fuck you, man! As it has been said prior, it is impossible for passengers to disappear aboard warp trains under normal circumstances. Though our reserve of intelligence regarding warp trains or W Corp is vast if incomplete, we cannot find a possible exception to the above rule. Within that reserve of intelligence, however, I have discovered that inserting a previously unseen variable into the equation allows for the formulation of a new hypothesis. Wait, so you're saying that these blood fiends can completely erase people or passengers from existence? A more accurate descriptor would be to say that they are either dissolved or vaporized. Dissolved? No matter the degree of violence the passengers may indulge in, no matter how severe their wounds may be, the warp trains can't revert them to their initial states at the beginning of the journey. Among several interpretations of the word, violence involves cannibalization, of course. However, as the passenger's collective time in itself is a moratorium of the duration of the train's operation, digestion is not a biological process that should be active. In other words, even the train's devoured passengers could be reconstructed. If they are merely stuffed into the digestive tract, then I suppose they could gut the passengers to retrieve the chewed up chunks of other passengers and piece them back together via the vein-like things connecting each individual. However, such is not true for blood bags. Blood bags are, by their nature, obsessed with blood. Their existence hinges on supplying themselves with the blood of their victims. and it is said that they must consume a minuscule amount of blood to maintain their forms. Wait, what? Didn't you just say that digestion's not a thing while we're on the train? If I were to continue my deductions, perhaps consumption of blood for blood fiends and blood fags is fundamentally different process from our consumptions of nutrients for energy. To them, blood is a culmination, an entailment of something that forms the self, including but not limited to emotions, ambitions, wealth, purpose of existence. Then, it must naturally flow that they can spend their blood at will, which is a process isolated from the other biological processes such as digestion. Oh, I ain't even following half of that. You exist in mortuoria of the time at the present, Heathcliff. But your emotions still persist, do they not? Anger, sorrow, and joy. They continue to spark within you. God, I love girl failure father. She is a little girl failure today, and I love her for it. Huh? Well, I suppose they are. Though we cannot tell whether they may be in a state of alteration or whether they remain ensnared in the wheel of creation and destruction. It can be said that emotions, once past, exist not in continuation. How you doing, Azrael? Oh, Twitter user, what slime? Big slime! My beloved! Moi, 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 moi! Moi, 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 moi! Moi, moi, moi! I love you. Twitter user, one slime. I'm doing great. You know, I haven't seen Hong Lu in a fat minute on screen, so I'm not doing as well as I could be, but the minute he comes back, I'm going to be great. I'm gonna be awesome. Gotcha, so that's why she said their blood is vaporized, huh? If that's the case, then the blood that's supposed to bind these chunks of flesh together will also evaporate, which means they can't be pieced back together. There's no incongruence to that logic. Everyone fell silent for a moment. That was way too much information to process at once. We didn't even know what to make of them either. Limbus Company, I love you too. And he said Hong Lu fix once I read it. Oh, we can go do it though. Shh, not in front of Hong Lu himself. God, I fucking love Hong Lu. Hong Lu's so cool. Why is he so cool? He doesn't get to be so awesome. That twink. Yisung was the first to break the silence. Could it be said that blood bags are direct creations of blood fiends? If such is the case, then by which method do they? That information is inaccessible at the moment. Foss replies, avoiding Yisung's gaze. There isn't anything I can do about this. Listeners will only get more stressed if they find out what's going on with Foss, and that's something we both want to avoid. Inaccessible? Ah, indeed. Now I recall what you've said in the past. This is only a speculation, however. I assume that a form of direct physical contact is needed to turn an individual into a blood bag. If such were not the case, then we, who are likely the greatest obstacles to this entity's goal at the moment, would have been the first ones to be turned. Indeed. In that case, the villain of a blood fiend must be hiding out somewhere aboard this train. Well, my assholes. Indeed, if we were to believe the word of the fixer from earlier, then there is a high likelihood that the horde is advancing in this direction from the back of the train. In other words, continuing down the train cars will lead us straight to the blood fiend. Very well. I shan't forsake this opportunity to bring peace to the souls of the innocent passengers who have all been perished by this villain's hand. Dante. It seemed that Don Quixote was now invigorated. The other sinners also seemed satisfied now that we had a clear sight in our goals. Faust, who stood amidst them, nodded in my direction. Well then, let's go. We're making the best of what's available to us at the moment. Let's move forward, for now. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고.
Ooh, little freaks.
저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는
Charge my
놈들이니까.
phone.
내게
Yup.
바쳐주지.
Yup. Oh wait, are those cleanup crew members? Oh wow. Oh wow. Sorry, Otis, you gotta kill your coworkers, but I'm sure that won't be a problem when it comes down to the next meeting. You know what I mean? Feral blood bag cleanup agent. Interesting.
전투응대에 나선다.
Interesting. I like how Ryoshu's like voice lines and shit are all pretty deep, and then when you use one of her skills, she's like, ha! Like what the fuck? Girl, that is not my husband.
보고 싶군요.
Not my wife. Ryoshi is my husband. Honglu is my wife. They're all actually married to me. I love them all so much. The Limbus company Polycool is going strong. Ooh, get him, gay boy. He's crazy with it. Holy shit. Bam!
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
The Limbus.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
하나 눕혔네.
Kill!
이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 밤새 끝나는 게
Damn.
싸움이지.
In the question, who in Limbus company should we give a gun? Yi-song is easily one of the funniest answers.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여.
Although I think if we really wanted to get silly with it, giving Sinclair a gun I think would be leagues funnier.
승객 무력.
Just because it's Sinclair. I don't know. And I think he might accidentally like shoot himself or shoot like Dawn in the foot.
잘 들어.
Who knows what he'd do.
생각하지 말고 죽은 다음만
He's
생각해.
just funny like that.
감격이 더
He's just a
매서워지거든.
funny guy like that. Damn. It's fucking me up. Never mind. Honglu to save the day.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
Try to spin the gun, shoots himself in the foot, and we'll still love him anyways. Dante. Poor Dante has to go through all sorts of shit. Are there any identities that give Sinclair a gun? Because once again, that would be hilarious. And I wish it was true. I wish. I wish we could just give Sinclair a gun.
너무 쉽군요.
Solemn Lament and Sinclair would go so hard. No, we can't give Sinclair a gun. Fuck! You just don't want to give Sinclair a gun so you can, like, fucking buy Sinclair, and he can't defend himself. Freak. So far, Heathcliff, Otis, Yi-sung, Ishmael, and Gregor all have guns. Please give one to Sinclair. It'd be so fucking funny. It'd be so funny and no one understands me.
마지막까지 서 있는 놈이
No one
이기는
gets me.
거라니까.
Wait, Gregor has a gun? Oh yeah, he has the fucking twin hooks one.
저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
Right? He has a gun? He has like a...
어라, 언제 다
He's got the
해치웠다?
fucking run
이제
nine
가도
pockets sort of gun. Mr. Ryoshi? Does Ryoshi have a gun? I'm trying... Does Ryoshi have a gun? I don't even fucking know that shit. CCB Ryoshi? I don't know. I'll Google that later. What am I doing? Oh no, Mueller office, why not?
몸 좀
I'm just fucking
풀어볼까요?
around with a bunch of Otis IDs, because why not? Have some fun. Have some whimsy. Let's get fucking stupid.
한바탕 해볼까?
여기가 뱃속이군.
Man, being on a warp train must be kind of crazy. What's like stopping you from just shooting yourself in the head so you don't go through like the goddamn terror?
저보다 한 주먹
Do the people know what happens on warp trains? Do they know why they go, why all that shit happens? Do they know that's a thing? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing W Corp didn't tell them that. One day we'll make a gun-only team. Maybe if they gave Sinclair a gun.
저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
Fucking around and Otis go hand in hand a lot of the time. Let's go! Sometimes, you just gotta fuck around with the hag. And I love her. I hope Otis is like 63. That'd be awesome.
운이 따라준다면
That'd be so
좋겠네요.
cool.
있는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
잠든 그대 너무 쉽군요.
Imagine Otis kicking ass at like 63 years old.
힘 조절이
Of the older woman in Project Moon games. Project Moon makes characters Genshin Impact is terrified of. The only way they could just make this leagues better, besides, you know, having black characters, is putting like a lesbian in there.
한 번에 끝낸다.
No, wait. Polioverse has lesbians. Put a gay man in there, yeah. Make it Hong Lu. Ishmael's really lesbian? Well, there we fucking go, man. She is. I mean, like, what do you... I don't know how you're gonna deny that. Ishmael is a lesbian. Everyone just instantly is like, oh, fuck, there's Ishmael. Look at that. She kisses women.
어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는
한 번에 끝낸다.
You know, if you lined up all the Project Moon, or like all the sinners, and were like, pick out the lesbian, I would instantly go to Ishmael and be like, look at her, she looks like Chapel Roan. Ishmael makes me feel very lesbian. I don't blame you. To quote the iconic Tetsmega, aka You're Such a Fatty, aka Tetsmega, Butler Otis is making me wish I was a lesbian. Think Ishmael's bi? I mean, think of the weird Heath. You got me there. You got me there. Oh, I am a lover of Heathmail, and basically Ishmael kissing any girl she wants to.
나아가주게.
So you have a very good argument here. Chat. Debate o'clock. Give me, like, a solid argument. What Project Moon character do you think is 100% a lesbian or 100% a gay? Not like bisexual. Gay or lesbian. Which do you think? I'm a hater of Heathmail unless they write Heathcliff as a lesbian. You are so fucking based for that, and you should never let anyone tell you otherwise. That's so good. I don't care what anyone says. I will believe this until Project Moon either proves me otherwise or someone fucking kills me. Otis is a lesbian. I don't care.
하나를 찔렀어.
Project Moon, if you're not cowards, you will give her a wife and you will make her say, this is my wife I love very much. We have lesbian sex. Please. Please. I mean, Dante's canonically non-binary, but that's different. I mean, yeah, congrats to them. But are they gay? Are they well, I don't know how that works. Yeah, they can be. Are they gay? Are they lesbian? But we're not talking about the sinner's pronouns. Are they gay or are they lesbian? Never been wrong. I was correct about spoilers for Limbus. I mean, we're almost getting to caught up, so I can't wait to know. Manager Esquire, halt! Behold this poor fellow. He lives still. Dante's non-binary. I mean, they use they them pronouns and they don't have like any actual gender in the game. They're literally a fucking clock. They're a clock, man. So I can say that she is lesbian. Dude, the prophet. Prophesized. I think Dante is such a like an interesting. What's in their pants? Clock. I think Dante is such an interesting main like character to have as a self-insert. Because they really have no defining features about themselves. They have no voice. They have no fucking face to go off of. They have no, like, real form, identity. Like, they're just there. They're just Dante. Manager Esquire, bro. You want to fuck the clock? You can just make them whatever you want, bro. Go crazy, go ham, be free. Be free. The only like kind of thing you got to go on is that Dante is like a masculine name. But that's like the only thing you got, and even so, if I knew a woman who was named Dante, that would be hot as shit. Because I just am an enjoyer of women. I don't know what to tell you. But it would also be kind of strange in a way. Anyways. Ugh. Don Quixote, her round eyes wide open, begins sprinting somewhere. Ezreal, will you make a Yume and ship them with Honglu? Nah, it'll just be me, bro. Just be me shipping me with Honglu. I go to sleep and I think of Honglu. Dante's one of the 3 names that Project Moon has used multiple times. Really? Interesting. Someone draw Dante with big boobs and bazongas. Isn't that literally like a cutscene at the beginning of Limbus Company? Like the way their shirt is like moving, it looks like they got big naturals. You know, I'd rather someone draw Dante with big ass titties than like Otis. Let my woman be free from the gooners. And no, stay away from me, you monsters. Hey man, we're not those monsters. You alright? Huh? That arm, you're starting to mutate, aren't you? You must be turning into some bug-like monster. Whoa. What? No, this is... Gregor stumbles for words before chuckling and casting his gaze toward the door in disbelief. Yeah, well, no surprise there, I guess. I suppose there's no right way, no tell right away whether this arm's a monster, or prosthetic, or whatnot. It is possible that you are mistaken due to his bioprosthetic being of an older, outdated make that is now rarely seen in the city. Gregor has mega milkers? Dude. I'm just squishing my head in between Gregor's boobs. I'm gonna make that man pregnant. Look at him, I'm gonna make him pregnant. Ah, prosthetic. That's a relief. Those crazy bastards were trying to break in again. As you can see, my legs are messed up. I had no choice but to hide in here. Pregnant. So, what are the W Corp employees doing aboard this train? Huh, you're right. From what we found out about the warp trains through the identities, I can't imagine why any of them would ever willingly board this train. Girl hiding his arm behind him because they were scared. No! Gregor! I love you so much! You're like my 5'5" king! You're the contract fixers, right? We were ordered to assist you with your contract. I said we, but I'm the only one left. Every single one of my colleagues suddenly began losing their minds in the car over there, and... This cannot be! Faust! Is there truly no way to cure the blood bags? I want to chew on his arm. Tastes like caramel. I wanna chew on his fucking... I don't know. Yum yum yum. I'm gonna get that man pregnant. My apologies. The access to that information is prohibited at this moment as well. Though her voice and expression were both as serene as always, there was something gloomy about the way she said it. You want to chew on his wiener. Bro, he doesn't have a wiener. He's smooth like a Ken doll. That's a transgender man. I'm sorry. That's a transgender man if I've ever seen one. I mean, look at him! Look at him! The gaydar's going off. I may have been too reliant on Faust in too many places. By the way, your chat thing broke? Yeah, I know. It's been broken since the beginning. I have no fucking clue how to fix it, so... It's broken for now. It's broken for now, and no one will ever know if I'm just making up things in my brain or reading chat. In the future, VOD watchers, at least. Ugh. Faust muttered in a barely audible volume. I don't know what I can do to help the sinners in a situation like this, either. I'd also grown too used to Faust's omniscience, because I could always trust it to be there for me. I was starting to realize that I don't have the means to dig myself out of a hole like this. No. Maybe I was too reliant on the sinners as a whole. When the time comes for them to depend on me, when they can no longer stand on their own, can I really manage them? Lead them to the right answers? ID world where I have hot sex with your mom. ID world where I have hot sex with Gregor, and Honglu, and Ishmael, and Faust, and Otis, and Ryoshu, and Marisol. I just keep going down the list. Well, what can I do, right? Ugh. The agent struggled to some corner of the room with his wounded leg and pulled on a lever. He made good use of this space. The wall behind what had initially appeared to be a folding chair for employees spun open. Forgot to archive karaoke? Fuck. Oh, was it not unarchived? Shit. Start now, Tetsumega. You just want to stick your dick in every sinner. Maybe. Maybe I just wanted to lovingly hold hands with Ishmael. Maybe I want to get Gregor pregnant. Who knows? ID world where Gregor have hot sex with Marisol. Get this man in Project Moon right now! Get him in there! We need more people like you. Ooh, what in the name of the wings is this? Perchance, thou hast hidden here a weapon most powerful, a weapon most feared by the Bloodfiends? That holds some resemblance to a capsule we saw in the first-class car. But why would that thing be here? Cleanup agents slumped into the pod that appeared in the wall. Finally. What is it thou seekest to do? W Corp prepared a small hibernation pod for employees in case of these emergencies. Verily, then... Good luck with the rest of the mission. With that, he settled into the capsule and shut the hatch behind him. When the door covering the pod closed, only the folding chair and wall covered in viscera remained. He's gone. There he goes. He has departed the scene. He blankly stared at the wall the agent disappeared into. Well then, guess we gotta... Let's move on to the next car. Keep on keeping on. Sinclair 2, Azrael Diddy Party real. Sinclair is a grown adult man. That's what the people have been telling me. If I'm told otherwise, I'm gonna cry.
이제 가도 되죠?
The next car. Oh shit, I'm Catherine. Sinclair is a 7-year-old.
사냥감을
망치를 쥐고
Wait, I'm thinking. Well, yeah.
함께하죠.
No, yeah.
함께하죠.
자, 불 뜯을 시간이다.
결투.
이곳
각자
There we go.
좁은 것이 좋겠어.
Sinclair's an adult. Thank God. Once again, this isn't Hoyoverse. This isn't Genshin Impact. They're all adults.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
나가주게.
Why are all my Yi-Song IDs? Why do they all have to be just defense and not like a babe? I got it. Let's go Tetsumega. Tetsumega the
가서
goat.
할 수 있는 건 다
Tetsumega the king.
해보고 오라고.
단번에 끝낸다.
Goats Mega. Goons Mega.
놈들이니까.
Gays Mega.
여기가 백성 전투의 명예 따위에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
Tetsumega, what's it like to be a freak such as yourself?
예사롭지가 않은데?
Please do share with the class. What goes through your head when you look at Otis?
겁날
These like freaks kind of remind me of like the G Corp agents in a way.
봤어요?
I'm gonna make a documentary one day called In the Mind of Tetsumega. It's just gonna be the most weird shit imaginable. Unhinged even.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그릇 두드려 패.
Hey, win rate.
나가주게.
I love win rate. Damn, boy. I like hearing the solemn lament gunshots. It's crazy to think that inevitably all of the Mirror World Lobotomy Corp agents are probably gonna be fucking dead. ID Boba Raja is 6'1" tall and nothing has changed else. Awooga! Please put me in that world.
눕혀가다 보면
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Make Gregor shrink 1 inch and make them a couple. Perfect. Raja pegs. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and tell me Raja does not peg. She does. Raja's already 6 foot. I know, but like that extra 1 inch, awooga. Tall woman. What do you want from me? She's just as hot as she normally is. Raja and Gregor don't sex, they cuddle.
단번에
They both.
끝낸다.
They do both.
여기가
I swear, Limbus Company is like one of the only games where as I consume it, I'm like looking at the straight ships and I'm eating them just as much as the gay ones. Because I'm like, man, this writing, delicious. Heath Mail, Raja and Gregor. Only ones I can think of right now, honestly. I don't got much else.
꿰뚫은 줄도 모를걸.
Me and Raja.
봤어요? 너무 쉽군요.
Man, Project Moon just has such good characters. They're just awesome. Kathy and Heath. Oh yeah, Kathy and Heathcliff.
언제 다
It's a very beautiful
이제 가도 되죠?
story. It's very pretty.
흘들어도
I think
돌아가지
they're
못하리라.
very cute together as well. Man, Heathcliff, stop having like good relationships with women. That's kind of crazy of you.
파이팅이다.
나아가주게.
Yo,
편히 쉬시게.
my throat continues to hurt. I should get like a drink or something. Damn it!
이런 건 몽둥이가
Yisung
약이지.
fucking cleared like 3/4 of that man's health. What is his problem? What's up with this guy? Bam. Ooh, fuck him up, bro.
에이, 저것들 너덜너덜하잖아.
겁나.
일단
Project Moon serving you the straight, the Yuri, and the Yak. And an unknown fourth thing.
고작 여기 떨어진다면
너무
얼마나 비었겠어.
See motherfuckers play Limbus, see all Kansas 6 to go, you gross, I don't like the story. Like, what? How could you not? It's literally peak.
하면 사라니까.
단번에
야.
끊는다.
It's so good, it's so cute. I'm like, oh, why did they just talk?
선생님 봤어요?
Chat, personally, I'm excited to see what kind of fucked up shit Hong Lu has to go through. I'm excited for that.
정화.
I want to see his horrors.
영원한 참으로
And him oiled up. But that's another thing. That's different. People hate straight chips for some reason. Sometimes they don't have the flavor, but when they do, mwah. Delicious. Delicious. I can understand sometimes they have to fall back on the normal lame ass tropes where it's like
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게
like,
눕혀가다
oh,
보면
damsel,
언제
and
끝나는 게 싸움.
I'm big strong man, but when it's like, good, I snort that shit like cocaine, okay? It can be gay, it can be straight, secret third thing. If it's good, I fuck it up. Ugh. And Candle 6 is so good, I got caught in a straight ship. Literally. It sucked me in. I was like, fuck.
봤어요?
Kanto 6 happened, and I saw the Yuri, I saw the Yuri, the normal couple, and I was like, this is both great. I can have 2 hot dogs. It's awesome.
저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
정화.
공격이 더
We'll love Hong Lu no matter what he becomes or goes through. I just wish for his happiness. Me too, but after almost all of his egos and shit are gloom related, I think we might be screwed. I think his thing might be heartbreaking, but guess what? I bet that song is gonna slap. It's gonna probably go so fucking hard. Next Kanto that focuses on Sinclair and Damien is gonna be insane, Yowie. Oh!
괜히 저항하지
Cocaine.
않는 남자들이여. 그게 덜 아프지.
Just like cocaine.
그래.
Inject that shit into my
마지막까지
veins, black
수 있는
tar
놈이
heroin
이기는
style.
거라니까.
겁나.
잘 들어.
Just like,
내게
oh yeah.
말고 저 새끼 죽은
I
다음만
don't know what
생각해.
I'm on about. I'm really honest.
너무 쉽군요.
I honestly have no fucking clue. And I unironically just don't really understand like LGBTQ shit. Homophobia! I'm kidding. I mean, I get some of them like Ishmael and Kiki, but some of them have no taste in writing other than haha gay, sig X.
영원한
I offer
참으로
this.
인도하지.
Yeah, but also it'd be fucking hot, so. I think I'm just around too many gay people where I'm just like, fuck it. Make them kiss. And I'm like, shit, dude. That's a pretty good
두드려
reason.
패고 꿰뚫는다. 이게 우리 사과지. 아, 더
God, Ishmael and Cute Cake though. Oh, that's also yeah, that's Yuri, but it's also Yaoi, and it's cocaine all at the same time. It's beautiful.
단번에
야.
끊는다.
편히 쉬.
I love Limbus Company. On one hand, I could like recite to you a whole list of why I love Ishmael and QK together. And on the other hand, I hand you Heathcliff and Hong Lu. And I just think they're both hot, and I want both of them to kiss. And it can go either way. As the exact same thing for straight ship, I think a ton of them exist just for no reason, because of a straight couple. I mean, that's kind of honestly with anything, really.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Half of them are like... Someone just yell at my mic. Better not. I think half of them are always like, ooh, put two characters together, or ooh, look at these. These have like such a amazing writing, it will make you burst into tears. Such is the nature. The ships are made with actual writing that those just have, but it's hot as a reason. Respectable. Me. I like both. I like both, because I can just be like, fuck, watching Ishmael and Boss kiss, that'd be sick as hell. That'd be sick as hell. So I physically keep myself out of shipping communities though. You would be eaten alive, bro. You would be torn to pieces like you're on the warp train yourself. I have seen the horrors of shipping communities firsthand, and let me tell you, it is never fun. I mean, there is that one person making all that Fosmel smut. Link! Sorry. I just saw all my mic shit just flash red when I did that. Just straight red. If I enter a shipping community, I'd be shipped with your mom. No, you'd be shipped to a fucking meat factory. That's where you would be shipped to.
전투대 나선다.
너무 쉽군요.
Guys, I don't know if any of you are Gravity Falls fans, or if you were into the Gravity Falls fandom, but this, like, but it's hot versus, like, good, interesting ships, has me thinking about how Gravity Falls, during, like, its initial kind of run, and when that fan base was pretty big, people were shipping fucking Bill Cipher and Dipper, you know, the 12-year-old and the Triangle. Weird. And then when Gravity Falls had its resurgence lately, and we got the Book of Bill, which had like a whole bunch of new content in it between like Bill and fucking Stanford, everyone was just like, dude, the old man Yowie. The old man Yowie. It's beautiful. And I think that is wonderful. It was wonderful how that went down. Because we got rid of the most popular ship that was like, yeah, but they're like two boys, so Yowie. And we got Old Man Yowie that has fan art that should be put on the Sistine Chapel. Aren't they brothers? Bill Cipher and Stanford? No, those are two one is a triangle. One is a triangle, Tet. You're getting them mixed up. There are brothers. There's Stan Lee and Stanford. We're talking about Stanford. The other one isn't in this picture. It's Stanford and the triangle, and we're making them kiss. That was Stan, the other one? No. Rookie mistake. Straight red seems inaccurate. Got me there. I get the best of both worlds. Gooner ships, straight ships, and gay ships. You're so real for that 10 mega. Thunder and go brrr, femur breaker noises. Break your femur cutely.
너무 쉽군요. 편히 쉬시게.
If I'm at the presence of any LGBTQ or straight ships in anywhere ever until it gets degenerate. Sadly, a lot of people don't know when to stop.
잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
I like being a gooner sometimes. To each their own, you know. Some people just like when they hold hands. Other people like it when they have insane gay sex. And you know what? Whatever makes you happy. Something caught my attention from the corner of my eye after another round of brutal combat. Huh? What's this now? It looks like a T-Corp thing? We were on the final car adjacent to the freight car when we discovered an odd box with a T-Corp logo on it. Oh, I was right. Ah, 'tis the emblem of T-Corp! Check your DMs. Fuck, what do you want from me? Guessing it's on Discord. Yep, that one's getting bookmarked. That one's going in the folder. Yerp. Don't mind me. Saving that one. You're gonna be a degenerate, at least keep it contained behind your own doors, or your private Twitter account that you should let me into so I can see all the smut. It appears that the wall covering it was, in the fierceness of our battle, broken. Isn't that chief executive guy, Hubert, right? Didn't he offhandedly mention something about partnering with other wings? I guess they were in cahoots with W Corp too. Such collaborations are not limited to T Corp. It is oft the case that a wing may work with another. It is only on rare occasions that they urgently request the assistance of less significant, lesser-known corporations such as our own Limbus company. Their choice appears to be quite irregular. Sounds like W Corp's heydays are long behind them. Just like this wall that's falling apart, revealing what's behind. Oh, speaking of falling apart, this room sure got messed up, huh? It was difficult for me to ignore how Raja hurriedly swerved to a different subject as though she'd made a mistake. Even the tone of her voice shifted like she was catching herself. The various destroyed prosthetic parts covered in human remains indicate that this train car was boarded by several prosthetic-equipped fixers. Hubert mentioned. Hubert is one of the other names that has been reused in Project Mode. Ooh! Lore. I can't think about that right now. Let's deal with the task at hand first. Maybe these people are from the same office as that guy we met on the platform. Remember? He said he warped over to T-Corp on an expedition. Look, it's almost like they're all wearing standardized sets of prosthetics. Same make, same model, everything. I believe I've read articles stating that certain offices do exclusively hire fixers with prosthetics. Wait, he's... We were walking through the bloody train car and we suddenly heard Sinclair's voice crack as though he saw something awful. Like a name to make one of the few duplicates, and they chose Hubert. It's also strange, because in, like, Fire Emblem... Holy shit, is that permission to bounce on it, sir? Sorry. In, like, Fire Emblem, they have, like, fucking hundreds of characters, and they repeated only, like, one name, and it was fucking Lawrence. Like, what? John, you Mark, like, nothing? Not even... What? This is the fixer who suddenly started venting at us. Who, Sasha? Oh no, the one from before. Yeah, he said something about going to T-Corp on an expedition and failing. He brought a whole train car full of fixtures for this contract. I guess he wasn't exaggerating by calling it an expedition. There are a dozen broken arms turn about. They must have fought valiantly by replacing their broken arms with backup arms, perchance. Quite the strategy. Makes sense. That'll explain all those broken prosthetic arms and legs in this car. Executive Manager. This is likely an aftermath of a battle between the Fixers and the Bloodbags. There were many similar cases during the war. Those using prosthetics would simply let their bodies be destroyed in battle because they considered them to be disposable as long as their wallets would permit. Of course, the blatant lack of self-preservation often led them to early graves. Maybe that's true. I see. There are multiple possible interpretations depending on one's perspective. Despite the fact that there is but a single screen, I'll remember both of your inputs. That's a good attitude. Employees with attitude like yours often make it to the end of the war. Yes, well, good for them. Faust answered Otis with an uncharacteristically snappy manner. Signs of fatigue were creeping into her pensive expression. You alright, Faust? It was rare to see any actual expression from her. I was starting to get worried. I'm physically unharmed, yet. Yes, I am alright. However, I do not enjoy the circumstance which we find ourselves in. It is as though I am casting nets to nowhere while lost in isolate in a blind sea. I could usually compete with these deductions within moments after establishing a few basic cross-references between the accessible information. Her voice was such a whisper for the second part of her sentence that I could even barely hear her when she was saying. Ah, I know what you mean. Feeling like you're completely lost, obsessively casting net over the black, ripplerless lake in desperate hopes that one of them might pull in something we could eat. No way to tell where we are, no way to tell if there's anything to eat under that glassy water surface, gasping at straws, you know? The sense I find mired. It is not like your own. It is like lying on my back over an unseen grave, for the reflection of radiance upon my eyes and the sanguine scent hanging from the tip of my olfactory tells me not of the forging path. It seemed that Ishmael and Yusan picked up on the first part of her sentence, however. They walked up to her and shared a few words of consolation. By the way, I don't recall you ever talking like that, Faust. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something different about you today, somehow. That is... Oh, I mean, I don't hate it. I'm actually glad to learn you had a softer side. This unseen side of yours, it is unfamiliar, yet quite fresh. Is that so? Faust's reply was curt. She closed her eyes. As per the information provided by the pamphlet at the platform, it is likely that this train is composed of 12 passenger cars and 1 freight car. Because we were in the 11th car at the moment, that leaves a single car between us and the freight car in which Mephistopheles is secured. Which means that there is a high likelihood that we will soon encounter the blood fiend responsible for the creation of the blood bags aboard this train. Just beyond that door. Well, how impressive could it be if its fodders are this weak? Practically smashed through their entire horde, no problem. A different, more accurate interpretation would be to say that a being capable of commanding a force as large as the blood bags we have defeated should be considered a high-risk entity. Although this is not common knowledge, there is a subcategory of fixers called blood fiend hunters who specialize in, yes, hunting blood fiends. Assuming that information is true, it can be inferred that blood fiends are difficult foes that require a certain expertise to defeat. Now that I'm thinking about it, if blood bags are like mindless thralls to blood fiends, then they're kind of like their private army, right? A being of power who can create a force of their own without concern for lowered morale or desertion. Wartime or not, they will always make formidable foes. Sinners exchange various opinions with one another, possible strategies, estimations of the blood fiend's strength, and all of a sudden... Fie on this indecisive idleness! Our quest to defeat the villain who hath brought such pain and misery upon this train, is it not? It may be vaporizing the lifeblood of the innocent as we speak. Mighty or feeble, I care not. I swear upon my honor that I shall smite this foe, and let my hand of justice be the judge of their fate. Let us hasten now. Don Quixote's sudden outburst immediately put a stop to the chatter. She's not wrong. Besides, we have to deal with the blood fiend to complete our contract. With that, I open the door leading to the final car of this train. Ooh! Holy shit, permission to bounce on it, sir. Let's go, bro. So I'm guessing we're close to the end here. Let's go. Ooh, and we can probably do... Ooh. Need a module. It was 15 turns. God damn. Oh boy. This room. What is with that look on thy faces? Thou standeth in the audience of the prince, where thy obsequious smiles. Ooh, he talks like Dawn. He must be the blood fiend who caused this outbreak. He is our target. Fall to thy knees and grovel before royalty. Who the hell are you to make those demands? I shall impart this upon thee only once, so listen well. Cassetti. Thou may address me as Prince Cassetti, the 6th kindred, or kindred of the 6th generation, the rightful prince in refuge from his family. Art thou the villain who hath brought such destruction and massacre upon this vessel? Thou art a chatty one, so rudely before your prince. Yet I am feeling generous, for I am quite sated at the moment. As thou must have seen on thy journey here, this place is a hall of banquet for a feast most majestic. No matter how many blood bags I create, no matter how much I devour them, the humans just won't stop coming. I only enjoy what was cast into my maw. He dons a mask for the purpose of merrymaking. If we're really going to exchange pleasantries, why don't you take that mask off? Or are you unfamiliar with the basic etiquette? Oh, this mask? I'd kneel before him, I mean, what? What? Won't come off. Can't take it off. Shouldn't take it off. There is no price without the mask. You're so ugly behind the mask. So we all decide to hide how repulsive we become. Once I've drunk your blood full, then it'll all go back to how it used to be. Only then can I unmask myself. Who stitched that mask to your face skin? Not a half bad job. Of course it's excellent! Because this mask was crafted by none other than the great and the eminent barber, whose name I dare not even speak, but it hurts so much. No, I'm smiling. Look how hard I'm smiling and laughing. Yes, I am the prince, that's what I am. I think he's insane. He's a bloody loon, innit? Alright, done with the giggles then. Get ready for the beating of your life. I enjoy things like you and your friends. Gay? Don't cry, bawling and bowing, sitting on the ground for your lives. Lunge at me instead, The aggression, the boiling blood. Oh, how I love the fire. Are you daft? Look around. There are 13 of us and only one of you. Do not let your guard down, Heathcliff. This entity has managed to turn countless passengers of this train into blood bags. I ain't letting my guard down, but we blasted through so many blood bags we couldn't even keep count, didn't we? Couldn't even count. Oh, no. But the count is so important. I had to keep count for our visitors. Oh, yes, of course. I do remember to keep count for our dearest visitors. Yes, sir, I do. You have no idea how powerful I am, and I shall now relinquish my throne to thee from this budding kingdom. All I have to do is sit here and do nothing, and the blood bags present themselves before me. There's no paradise like this out there. You have no idea what I did to create this place. Oh, how elated my forebear kindreds would be, should they be here to witness what I've created. This cornucopia of abundance, this pleasure, well, this freedom. But this kingdom is mine. I made it, and I'm not giving it away. Nope. This is rather curious. The barber is a character from Don Quixote. Whoa! He talks like Don. Character from Don Quixote. Don's a blood fiend. You know, the usual. It appears that this blood fiend leaves his car only on rare occasions. Yet we have seen signs of his insidious influence throughout every car we have visited so far. And what he meant by how the blood bags present himself before him has to be... Hold on a minute. Yeah. I figured suddenly frantically charged into this car. It was Sasha, the fixer he ran into in one of the earlier cars. He shrinks into his throne at the sudden burst, terror apparent in his face. Ah, it is thee! By the... Hast thou truly journeyed here to assist us in our quest? Wow, spoilers. Lo, that villain is the blood fiend responsible for the tragedies that have transpired aboard this train. Help us slay that cur, and eventually lead the passengers thou hast protected thus far out this train. Blood fiends. What if there was more than a single blood fiend on board? One still capable of rational thought? Damn, you actually made it all the way back here? I guess the wings don't have to give out contracts to just anyone. Hey, I used to fight to my damnedest too. I was the last one standing. What's she talking about? But where did that leave me? In the end, I stood alone with nothing but a single one of these forearms left. It's kind of funny how the perspective of life can just completely flip when you're really, really in the shit. I think my last thoughts were, man, I don't want to die. So I fell on my knees and pleaded. I told him that. Don Quixote, watch out! I'd do anything to live. Blood rapidly crystallized around Sasha like a suit of armor. She swung her greatsword at the sinners, striking them before even Foss finished her sentence. Ugh. What did I say? I commanded you to give me a warning before jumping in like that. Don't you know how loud your stupid arms are? I thought the family had come for me. Ooh. Freaky. I'm sorry, Lord Cassetti. Allow me to introduce my kindred to thee. To be the first of many since my escape for the kingdom I intend to build. Mummy? Sorry, mummy? Sorry, mummy? Blood fiend? Sorry, blood fiend? Sorry. My kindred, my loyal squire, who shall be at my side as I build a dynasty of my own. My family. Lord Cassetti, I had intended to select the more powerful of the bunch to send to this car as you commanded me, but the humans in my car were all weaklings, so I present before you this group from the first-class car. Kindred. Are you even aware of the exact nature of a kindred? Nah, but I can tell you this. When I accepted the Lord's blood into my veins, so as I was reborn. I see. A blood fiend kindred is like a sub-entity of the blood fiend, similar in concept to sub-entities created by distortions or abnormalities. It must have been desperation that drove you to accept that proposition without hesitation, despite the lack of relevant information. Maybe. That's probably what's going through my head before I became a kindred. Thou hast been in cohorts with this villain all this time? As his lackey? Even ere then, when we first laid our eyes upon thee. Lady, you have no idea how much I freaked out when one of you asked me something about red eyes. Not that it would have mattered if you did suspect me though, since my red eyes are suppressed. But then, passengers who are under thy protection. Haven't I told you that the count matters? The longer the line, the better. Dozens of blood bags began shambling into the rooms from behind Sasha. A smaller one among them stood out to me. Oh no, the kid! My mind immediately snapped to the child who grabbed Don Quixote's coattails. I knew that the passengers were dead the moment we realized Sasha was a blood fiend, but this... I really, really hoped that I wouldn't have had to face this reality. Not like this. There was a child. Yep, little Runt wanted to be a fixer if she got to grow up. Good thing she won't, though. I can tell you on a good authority that living as a bloodbag is way better than that drudgy life that is the life of a fixer. Believe me, I know. Hold thy vile tongue. Dreaming of becoming a famous, respected fixer and an actor of justice? It's all just a stupid pipe dream that always ends up a crushing disappointment, or a really, really early grave. Silence. Silence! Don Quixote did not give Sasha time to finish her sentence. She was already charging full speed at her with her lance drawn. Ooh. Man, the kid. That's so sad. Man, kids just don't get shit in the city, do they? They never do. Poor bastards. Ooh, let's go for that resonance, baby.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Get that extra sanity buff from Chromer.
여기가 흡속일걸.
그
Already at half health?
내 입에서
Why?
멍청하냐는 소리는 안 나오게 해라.
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Already at half health, baby. Kill!
재밌네요.
Honglu, my sexy husband.
문감을 준비하고
그래. 결국
Jordan
마지막까지
crazy
서 있는
stuff.
놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고.
Whenever I listen to my VODs back, whenever I start at the,
애서오지거든?
you know, when I start streaming to when I end streaming, you can just hear the intensity of the raspiness of my voice as it gets just more worn out. I really should bring water or something when I stream, but I'm like, I won't need it. I'll be fine, and then I always do somehow need it. Who cares? I'm just fucking built different. Honglu, I love you so much. Honglu is so cool. Why is he so awesome? The gripper. The time gripper. Real.
꿈을 꾸러 가.
하나 눕혔네.
Oh,
이렇게
Sasha's
눕혀가다
here.
보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
Let's see. That should be fine.
전투응대에 나선다.
That should be fine. I probably didn't need to make Yusan use that skill against this guy, but who cares? Who
이런
cares?
건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그래도 두드려 패.
I like her running spray. I don't know why. It just kind of scratches my brain here. Sometimes I think back to how I streamed on like a fucking Mac, and I'd have to always open OBS whenever it was like during fights. Otherwise, sometimes the shit would lag, or I'd drop frames. And now I don't even have to worry about like that ever.
하나 눕혔네.
It's kind of crazy.
이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
Honestly, it's just crazy in general how I was able to kind of upgrade all my shit. Power of a good PC for real, man.
너무 쉽군요.
Although I made pretty good with what I had at the time. And I upgraded and I can make even better shit. It's awesome. Teehee. Because remember, I couldn't even run Iron Lung on that thing without losing frames, and I could just do it easy. I could run like 7 Iron Lungs at once. It would still look fine.
한 번에
Kill.
끝낸다.
There's 2 waves.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
Unbelievable. My first kindred to be created without their authorization. Is this bumbling fool? I pray for your forgiveness, my parent. Begone from my sight. At least thou hast brought me blood bags for sustenance. Yet, it must be the responsibility of a parent to clean up the mess of his child. What a load of shit. Oh, parent, child, and then Ryoshu butting in? Sniffs. Good lore. Ryoshu lore drop. Literally! With that, Kasedi reached out towards the pile of blood bags on the ground and... Whoa! Crushed. Oh, what abundance. I had nearly forgotten this sensation. Ooh, long hair. Oh, so much good lore drop for an interval. I know, right? Learned about Faust. I know we're gonna learn about Dawn. Learned about a little bit about Ryoshu. Kind of crazy. Oh, I accidentally opened up my files. An armor of hardened blood materialized over the Blood Fiend's body. His sheer aggression and hatred was palpable enough to make our skin crawl. It appears that he has empowered himself by reaping their blood. Oh, my power is yet to fully return. This magnificent armor is quite befitting of a parade for a prince who hath become a king. Wouldst thou agree? Yes, sir, you do. Of course you do. Ryoshu MILF. God, she is. Challenge me now, O rebels. Challenge thy king. Oh yeah, baby. It's fucking time. God, I'm so excited to learn about Ryoshu too. It's the responsibility of a parent to clean up their child's mess, and she's like, what a bunch of shit. They're really pushing it that Ryoshu does in fact have a daughter. Or some sort of child-parent relationship that we'll inevitably get to see. And I'm excited for her. I love her. She's great. I love all the sinners. They're all good, and I'm excited to learn about all of them. Whoa, evaded. I love how they do, like, slow build-up through just, like, even the smallest bit of dialogue for the sinners. Like, something that could seem, like, inconsequential is probably gonna be something big if you know to look for it. You know what I mean? Like, even, in the last interval, the time-killing one, you know, we got that one thing from Otis where it's like, that's enough time to finish weaving a loom or whatever. You know, to anyone that probably just seems like a fucking old hag having a weird analogy for something or a metaphor. But if you've like read the Odyssey and you know, and you know anything, you know how Penelope, because like I said last time, Penelope has a bunch of suitors and she's currently fighting, not really fighting them off, but she's like rejecting them, but not really, by saying, let me finish weaving this and I'll marry one of you. And she eventually gets caught, like, picking it and weaving it. So it's like she doesn't want to marry someone else. She wants Odysseus. And now she's stuck actually weaving it, and she has to marry someone when she finishes weaving that, at least from what I know from the Odyssey. So it's like, Otis can't be stuck there. She has to get back to Penelope before she finishes weaving that thing. And like, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't know the significance behind it or the lore that's possibly going to be behind it. You just think it's just some weird Otis shit. And that's so cool to me! And before it really is just her being old. I'm so excited. Yes, you are correct. Let's go. I haven't read all the Odyssey, but I did read that part, and I felt so fucking smart when I made that connection, let me tell you. I felt crazy. Unclashable. Bro! Alright, good luck, Rigor. But he avoiding that shit.
가서 할 수 있는
why
건
didn't
다
you help me
해보고
attack?
오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
전투응대에 나선다.
But it also makes me think of like, what little bits have I missed, or like other, you know, Project Moon fans have missed because we thought of it as like inconsequential when it was said, you know? Like, what if Marisol said something but no one really knew it had any sort of significance unless you read The Stranger, or you, I don't know. Or unless we couldn't know it all until we get to the canto. Like, it's good. I'm excited. It's so cool. It's neat. Me likey. Me likey.
운이 따라준다면
I could really
좋겠네요.
fuck up some eggs right now, you know? Oh shit. There goes Hong Lu. Oh, he's alive. You know, thinking about Dawn's... I mean, I was already spoiled that Dawn was like a vampire. Blood fiend, whatever the fuck. I'm just kind of like more piecing it together. I guess that makes sense. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Someone just died. Oh no, they just got staggered. Oh no, they did die. But I got Ishmael, so that's fine. Who died though? Who told you? I just found it out through Twitter, man. Looks like it was Faust. If I give up, do I have to go through the first phase again? Twitter spoilers were so unavoidable. Yeah, they were. Like, within, like, the first day, I had to mute everything, but I still saw things before then. Yes, you do? Fuck. I don't want to do that. But I lost Faust, and I really need Faust, so I'll just do it again. I might bring someone else in. Or I might bring, like, a support in. I think I'm gonna bring in, like, Lobotomy Ego Faust for support. Because I don't have mine leveled up yet. Is this, like, the last node? Oh! I need someone with fluid sac. Sorry, it might have been me because I retweet spoilers. Maybe, but also maybe not, because I also just get Project Moon tweets on my, like... on my, like, my For You. So sometimes it's just no one's fault, it just appears. But now her, like, her ego makes sense, you know, the blood of Sancho. And Sancho is her squire, or her kindred, or whatever. Or maybe. And the guy literally said beforehand that his kindred will be his... Sasha will be his squire or something. So it makes sense.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Pretty cool. And she talks like that because she's fucking old as hell. This is why I don't have Twitter. I have Twitter because I post my art there. I like Twitter. Sometimes. So no, it isn't, but at the same time I play every event day one. I would, but I can't. No, because she's delusional, that's all. That's fair. That's fair. Damn, these songs. Me too, I find so much good art on Twitter. It's great. That's where you see my art, Tetsmega. You're welcome. My cousin also plays everything on release. I would've if, you know, I was caught up by that time. But by the time Warp Train came out, I was still... I think I finished... I was, like, on the events before Kanto 6. I had to finish, like, 3 of those beforehand. There were quite a few. There was, like, what, 2 or so? Man.
이 전투는 명예 따위에 기대하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
I should actually read sometimes.
하나
Only when I
눕혔네.
want to.
이렇게 눕혀가다 보면
Otherwise I won't.
어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
겁날. 내게
I'm just trying to build up ego resources for right now.
여기 엽석이군.
Yeah, I was hoping that would stagger. Yeah. It's also because I need to rush and write about the lore of any event as soon as possible. I don't blame you. I would also be analyzing the shit out of that thing. Uh-oh.
아이씨, 좀 피하면서 하라니까.
Make sure no one's going to
정신 차릴
Raja.
때까지
That isn't
앞에서 시선 좀
fuck.
끌어줘야겠어.
Never mind. Okay, basically everyone's going to Raja. Perfect. Awesome. Great. That's awesome. Oh, well, I can make Hong Lu go against one of hers. That's fine. Now, one of them, no matter what's gonna go for Raja. Alright, good luck, Raja.
운이
It's
따라준다면
like going through Limbus
좋겠네요.
again and rereading everything to get a better grasp of everyone's connections plus their literary sources. Base! I'm like slowly reading some of the literary sources, at least the ones that interest me. Because, you know, I'm not going to read Hong Lu's, because apparently the translation is like hard to find, and also just the book in general is hard to find, so I don't know if I'll ever read that one, but like, I'm reading The Odyssey, I read Metamorphosis, I kind of want to read Moby Dick and Wuthering Heights.
재밌네요.
Okay, let's have one here. Alright. I already read a good portion of the books for Limbus beforehand, but a lot of them I hadn't. I hadn't read any of them. Yep, no. I was gonna try finding the old Hellscreen movie and see if that helped me understand it more. Oh, there's a movie for Hellscreen? I didn't know that. I'm just gonna watch Bungo Stray Dogs and hope for the fucking best.
나아가주게.
It's on Amazon, Home News Source, as known as the story is shown. I thought it was...
잠든 그대를 기를
Oh, okay. Moby Dick is boring as fuck unless you read it under the lens of early Eldritch horror. That'd be fun as fuck. Even the Red Chamber is also like 2,000 pages long. Yeah, it's also fucking crazy long, isn't it? I'm gonna use boots.
전투응대 나선.
Ding! I'm reading it. Let's read Dream of the Red Chamber together. Outstretch his hand to you. I don't know if I have the willpower to read all that, man. If I read that one, then I read none of the other books. I gotta make my sacrifices accordingly.
이 장피는
I can't read that one at work, because I think if I lifted it, it would be like lifting a fucking
이런
weight.
건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그럼 두드려 패.
Wuthering Heights, I theoretically should like, because I have exactly the same writing style as the author, where I'm very long-winded, but at the same time, sometimes you enjoy writing it, sometimes you just don't enjoy reading it. It just happens.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는
Just
거라니까.
occurs.
잘 들어.
한 번에 끝낸다.
큰 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음
Roger, I swear to fucking God, girl.
공격이 더
Thank you.
무서워지거든.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
너무 쉽군요.
Boss of Tragedy is a play, so you just watch it in the background if you don't want to read it. I kind of want to read it, TBH. I like looked at my store, and they didn't have a copy of it. I was so upset, because I actually really wanted to read that one. Carrie's really into old literature, or 17 to 800, but you're just reading it for me. Queen! We love Carrie.
하나 눕혔네.
Alright, let's go.
이렇게 눕혀가다 보면
Don Quixote is 1,000 Words of
싸움이.
Greatness, one of my favorite books. I was also kind of interested. Why are they all going for fucking Virgo? That's crazy, man. Let's see. Alright. We gotta put more brain into this. Pages, not words. Oh. Oops. Let's see what's targeting everyone. So they're mostly targeting for everyone. Well, good luck, Gregor.
탈출 개체 확인.
So tape just kind of targets one person a lot of the time. Cassette tape! Oh my, I just kind of fucking thought about that. I'm like, that motherfucker. Cassette tape. Full screen is relatively short. The main issue is finding a copy. Yeah, I couldn't find one at my bookstore. I just went to Barnes & Noble. I couldn't find one there. I was kind of looking, I was like mentally taking a note, trying to find like everyone's I could. And I couldn't find Hellspring, yeah. PDF available online. Ooh. How many like pages is it? Or words, really? Whatever, honestly.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Roll heads, Isang. Keep rolling heads, you sexy bitch. What the fuck was that? You bastard. Yes, I need pursuance. I need to heal. Less than 50 pages. Oh shit, I might read that one.
당신을 반드시
And no, it was so short. Crime Punishment main clause that. It's Crime and Punishment. I was going to, I went to go buy the books, and then I went to a thrift store to like also see if I could try to find some. And I found Dante's Inferno, and I was really thinking about getting it because it was like $3, but it was also like falling apart literally in my hands, and I was kind of upset because I kind of wanted to read it. And I also found Crime and Punishment, but I'm honest, I just don't have really much of an interest in reading Crime and Punishment. I don't know. Because it was like $2. It was in like pretty good condition for an old book, and I was just like, I just don't want to read it. I just don't really feel like reading Crime and Punishment. I don't know. So I didn't. When I was at like the thrift store, I was really hoping I could find like a copy, an old copy of the Odyssey, because I just thought that'd be really cool. Divine Comedies, 99 Cantos, each section being 33. Inferno, Purgatoria, Paradies. Yeah. You could like just treat it as like 3 books in one. You could just maybe read Inferno. Who fuck knows?
내가 이상한 기류는 기가 막히게 느끼거든. 저게 뭔가를 할 것 같긴 한데.
Stop targeting Gregor, you asshole!
머리 좀 굴려봐.
No, everyone's just going on the defensive. I don't care. One-sided guard, but no one else fucking hits him, so who cares? Damn, bro. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious, man. Oh, I don't have anything healing. I need that. Okay. Should hopefully go fine. Oh shit, I mean I did have technically Garden of Thorns, Roses, whatever. Yeah, I don't really want to use that one. No, Raja! Okay, she's not dead, thank fucking god. If Raja went down, it wouldn't have been terrible, but it would have been annoying, because she also has healing, one. They need to kill someone, kill like fucking... I don't know. Ryoshi or something. I can live without her. Cover burst. Ah, shit. Oh, yes. Fluid sack. Septip is so funny to me because he's theoretically one of the most powerful people we've ever fought, and at the same time some of his skill names show that Growl before me worth this one. He's just like a Chuny. He's just like a fucking middle school kid who hasn't grown out of his emo phase. Some of his skill names sound like a kid having a tantrum. Never going back. Really, he might just be a kid throwing a tantrum in the end. Who knows?
방금 좀 똑똑했다. 옛날에 조직에서 싸울 때도 눈에 바로 적을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
Okay, all these are clashable, thankfully. This one's multi-hit. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Archie, you better not fucking fail this. Otherwise you're dead. Alright, good. Queen! Well, he's at negative 45 SP, so you know what? That's pretty good for me. That's pretty sick for me. Same thing happens with the Heathcliff ID, or people keep reading its counters and stuttering while calling Doulahan. Lamau. Heathcliff ID. Or Heathcliff is Heathcliff. Doesn't make sense to me, but you know what? Fuck do I know, man.
겁나. 내게 받쳐주지.
Cassette tape. I can't believe they gave Heathcliff the Heathcliff ID. This is truly cool. What if they gave it to someone completely fucking random like Faust? Like, what if Faust just got the Heathcliff ID? What the hell would happen? Oh, King Heathcliff. Heathcliff. Heathcliff 2, the Heathcliffing.
겁나. 내게 받쳐주지.
Heathcliff 2, the Heathcliffing. If it wasn't him, it would be Ishmael or Sinclair. Yeah, but those make sense. If it was someone who didn't make sense, like Faust, would that not be funny as hell? Like, it just would. Like, everyone's out here begging for the Earl King ID. They're like, please, please give it to us. And it's like, here you go, and it's just fucking Faust on a horse. Like, what? What do we do? Like, we'll never get the Farm Watch ID. Ooh, yay, staggered. Ooh, perfect time for food set.
이 전투는 승리할 거야.
Getting a 3-star ID next manner. Ooh, let's go. Queen. I'm gonna hit him with a pursuance right now. This one, so I can get fragile on. Ooh, more fragile. No damage.
한 번에 끝낸다.
Damn it. Okay, this.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
I'm thinking of her ego, right? That's bygone days. What like ID is she getting? Oh, it's Way Association. Was he a while back during the dream? Or the stream? Cool. Queen. The same stream where fucking Kim Ji-hoon was just marking shit with a paper, like a pen. Like, what is he circling? Yes, it came to me in a dream. The prophet! He continues his ways! Tell me, will Hong Lu kiss a man?
꿰뚫은 줄도 모를걸?
Apollo, the gift of prophecy. Hurts, it hurts. Yes, I love your boiling human blood, but this is too painful. Honglu's a certified boy kisser. Thank you so much. This guy keeps regenerating. No matter how many times we tear him to pieces. The fucking dodgeball. Funny internet users. Apollo, the gift of prophecy. Thunk. This. I don't know if we can. The mental fatigue finally got to Gregor and Sinclair, who collapsed to the ground. Kim Ji-hoon VTuber. He's just a dog boy. The strange environment of warp trains was proving to be significant help to the Bloodfiend's regenerative ability. Looks like Verg ego. Ooh, you're kind of right. Bloodfiend Virgilius? It wouldn't be as epic, though. The battle continued much longer than our scuffles at K-Corp border checkpoints or struggles against the endless hordes of the dead at the basement of Wuthering Heights. The sinners had all grown much stronger since then, but they were reaching a breaking point. Don Quixote! Don Quixote continues to wildly pummel the Bloodfiend with her lance, breaking, stabbing, and crushing him every time a body part regenerated. As he has red eyes. Oh! The red gaze! That's crazy. I am so hungry. ridiculous. Thy hunger is no justification for this massacre thou hast wrought. Shut up, you don't understand. The Red Gaze himself. You don't know how awful it is to surviving for 200 years on that disgusting, horrible... Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Shut up, be quiet, no. I'm sorry, I'll be good. Please just let me have a sip. Just the smallest sip, please. It won't matter how many times you stab me. I shan't stop until all thy flesh and bone and organs have crushed into a viscous, shapeless mush, never to become whole again. But the Blood Fiend's regeneration is so powerful that he's recovering as fast as Don Quixote is destroying him. He's regenerating at an insane rate. We can't... my kindred! My child! I've given thee new life, invited thee to his banquet. So do thy responsibilities. The blessings of a parent must be repaid, no? What can I do? Find their weakness, break their anchor, make them kneel and grovel before me in desperation just as you had. Wait, I think I've got an idea. Sasha began looking around wildly, surprised by Cassetti's sudden command. It's that way they fight. Reminds me a lot of the way we prosthetic using fixers fight. Just as prosthetic fixers slowly lose their sense of self-preservation, their limbs becoming no more important than tools to be replaced. These idiots act with such abandon as though they have multiple lives to burn through. With nothing to protect, they throw themselves wildly into battle like moths to a flame. And forget to look after what's really important, like this little thing. With one of her remaining arms, Sasha picked up the master key card Foss showed her in one of the previous cars. Don Quixote, stop her now! Oh, my parent, I offer this gift to you. Don Quixote immediately leapt at the fixer, but one of her arms struck her away with great force. Ishmael and Marisol, who had been holding Cassetti down, were no match for his strength without Don Quixote's fury. The Blood Fiend threw them both to the side and grabbed the key card. This is the key to the first-class cars, my lord. With this, grow your army of blood bags to bring glory to the kingdom. Cassetti examines the master key card with clear interest. Without that key card, we'll be trapped inside this train for thousands of years until it reaches its destination. Dante, I believe that I've tried my utmost to overcome this adversary. Without access to false knowledge and intelligence. However, with our loss of the master key card, the uncertainty of this circumstance has grievously exasperated. At the origin of this plight, Foss took a deep breath, as though she was about to take a deep dive into the source of all this trouble. Foss is too cute for this canto. Yeah, you would think that, too. Must be my over-reliance on Foss. She's so pretty, Foss and Sasha. Yeah, Sasha with the giant crystallized blood splurting out of her face. From what I can tell, Foss has always been operating based on information she received from Faust. So a situation like this, where she has to make decisions on her own, has to be so unfamiliar to her. But Faust is an admirable sinner with or without Faust. I'm thinking the same thing about myself, actually, that I might have been relying too much on that perfect Faust. But even without Faust, you still gave us good directions to follow after analyzing the information we brought you. Maybe uncertainty itself doesn't always have to be a problem for us. Remember? Thus the lack of a plan itself becomes the plan. You said it yourself. I see. Indeed, among many, I am a Faust that believes in uncertainty. Our loss of the master keycard is one of the innumerable uncertain variables in the equation. Constant is, however, that the Blood Fiend is just as desperate as we are. Thus the only option that remains at the present is to compromise. You there. Looks like thou art the one who's been regenerating your friends. Stop. Stop doing that, alright? Don't heal a single one of them, or I'll smash your precious key to pieces. Manager Esquire. So Pete, Canto 2 callback. Whoa! Compromise? To compromise with a villain as vile as that cur. I didn't have the time to regenerate Don Quixote's severe injuries just yet, and the rest of the sinners were already unconscious. See, he talked like an angry child. Kinda does, you're right. It's like he's a little child in a big body. The only sinner who could still move and talk normally was Faust, whom I just rewound the clock for. Yeah, let's do that. Very well then. Cassetti, why don't we move this conversation to a different location? Only I will accompany Dante to this negotiation. I will make my intentions clear now. Dante and I will not attack you there. There's doubt in my mind that Cassetti must be completely exhausted by the unending barrage of attacks from Don Quixote and the sinners. Foss suggesting that we move this conversation to a different place, but that the sinners must have been a sweet one. Just you two, huh? Yes. The freight car is immediately adjacent to this car. That is where we will further discuss what each one have to offer to one another. That clock must be thy monarch then, hmm? And thou art one of the retainers. Correct. Very well. This will be a royal debate then. It is only right that royalty talks to no one else but the one who is his equal. Manager, Esquire. We'll be back in a minute, Don Quixote. Thus we left the incapacitated sinners and Don, who watched on with hollow, despondent eyes as we walked away. We carefully made our way to the freight car. So, Faust, why are we doing this in the freight car again? Dante, this will be my first attempt at a gamble. What? With that, the door closed shut behind us. Oh, by the way, this entire part is also a reference to the Railway 4. I have no idea because I've never done that part. Does the Railway also have, like, story? That's kind of crazy. The two monarchs meeting is kind of like the fight against the king of binds.
제압 작업은
Ooh.
이것으로 완료하면 되겠군요. 다시 관리 작업으로
The
돌아가겠습니다.
negotiation. So this passageway leads straight into Mephistopheles. This is where it all started. This stupid bus awoke me from my slumber. If only this bus hadn't completely filled up the freight car. I wasn't planning to start the parade so soon. Create a kindred here. Dante. Hmm? The connection has been restored. She's in the server! No more thematically so, Dante just being referred to as a monarch and the retainers. Connection? The suddenness of her statement briefly knocked me off my train of thought. I looked at her and cocked my head in confusion. She replied with an even quieter whisper without looking away from the Bloodfiend. Boarding Mephistopheles has re-established my connection to Faust. Did you know that this would work? No, and as I stated before, this was a pure, incalculable gamble based on my own uncertain hypothesis. This success helps me somewhat comprehend Miss Raj's fascination with gambling. Oh god. Oh god. Faust is gonna become a gambling addict. A faint smile appeared on Faust's lips for a moment before fading away. Now that the connection has been re-established, I would like to make a complaint against the Faust and the Gesellschaft management regarding the fact that they neglected to list the information pertaining to the loss of connection within the interiors of warp trains. However...
I keep hearing
Oh, wow.
voices inside my head.
Ugh.
They tell me to eat my veggies.
Hello, Penji. Thank you for the raid. We're playing Limbus Company, the awesome game that you should play because it's awesome and cool and awesome and cool. Hello, chat. Thank you for the follow, Jazz. Penji raid. I'm currently losing my voice reading this. I've been going for 3 fucking hours and I've been reading so much. Oh my god, I've been reading so much. Hi, Penji. I squish you. Hi, Penji. I squish you. You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? Because I can, and this is my chat, and I can do what I want. Fuck. You can just hear my voice is kind of slightly shot. Did that work? I made Penji a VIP because I can. For anyone who's not played through the new event, if you are interested in playing Limbus, or have not done the new event, there are spoilers. And VIP, you are now a very important penguin. Congrats! My liege! This is spoilers for the new event, but also, we are near the end, so I guess, yeah, it actually is pretty big spoilers. If you are a liker of a certain, freak. Anyways. Don't worry, I have bad memory. Wonderful! So do I. Let's continue. Ugh. My throat. It's dying. Finding a solution to the situation takes precedence. I have much reason to believe that their omission was done on purpose, but I hope not is such the case. Right now, we're kind of in the ending, so it's more like a big fucking visual novel, essentially, I'm playing right now. This isn't like something I would expect people to forget, but oh well, you're great. Some people just may not be interested in Limbus Company and only interested in seeing me suffer. Faust gently advanced towards the Bloodfiend. Let's discuss the details of our compromise. What are you willing to accept in return for the Master Keycard? If thou wert anyone, I would have wished to turn thee all into blood bags and drink every last drop of thy blood. But thou art unlike a common person. My wish is to maintain the secrecy of this kingdom of mine for as long as possible, and thine wish is to leave this place, right? Once I relinquish this key card to thee, and once thou returnest to your first-class seats, we'll live there happily ever like nothing happened. Ugh. When the train gets there, you get off the train. Everything goes back to the way they're supposed to be. How's that for a deal? Like nothing happened. Faust, what about the job we were contracted to do in the first place? Our memories and any signs of battle will be erased upon arrival. We will have no way to relay our news, whether one of success or of failure. If we have the means to defeat him, then at least there'll be a corp would inform us that our contract was successful after the fact. However, this current scenario will leave us with nothing to show for, not even the smallest hint, and the contract will end in failure. However, what takes precedence over the contract is you and the sinner's psychological stability. It's not like we've always been successful, so that was something I could live with, but what about the other passengers of this train and its future passengers? I remember the look on Don Quixote's face whenever we would come across these inevitable forms of injustice. Faust does not reply. Yet the lack of reply was a reply all on its own. We're gonna have to let them die? Innocent lives will be lost, but we cannot prioritize their lives over our safety. That must be Faust's and the company policy. And yet... Oh! The Queen returns! I shan't allow this. Don Quixote? Ooh. I thought her wounds were too severe for her to even crawl, let alone walk, but with sheer will, she pushed herself through the pain to reach the freight car. Don influencing Dante. He didn't react this way in Canto 3. Don, my beloved! We love Don Quixote. Play Limbus Company now! I will not tolerate this. We cannot let this vile wretch live and turn a blind eye to everything he's done. It's her, again. What? You want to stay here for what is essentially an eternity with this train? I know the truth. Everything hinges on this key, doesn't it? As soon as I break this in half, you'll have to spend the eons inside this. I care not. I would welcome the eons, should it mean eons of penance for thee. 'Tis much preferable to letting thy villainy go unanswered. Let this place be the site of thine eternal judgment. Faust and I grabbed Don Quixote. Look at her stupid fucking smile. She'd normally be strong enough to wiggle free of our grips, but she'd already pushed herself beyond her limits by merely walking here. I'm so fucking cool. She's kicking ass right now. Faust, unhand me. Thou mustn't let him live, Manager Esquire. Don Quixote, letting him destroy that key means you'll be condemning the sinners to thousands of years of torment. She fucks so hard right now. She's going... Chiquita going strong. And I shall fill the millennia with the tales of legend I had read in the magazines. No time, however infinite, shall be too great to overcome, should we endeavor as one. Certainly, you are aware that your suggestion is no solution at all, Don Quixote. There has to be another way, no? Thou art both possessors of great wisdom, Faust, Manager Esquire. Is there truly no path in which we may bring justice to the villain, and the sinners remain unharmed? Haha. Sir no fumo. Her struggle begins to wane, but this was no acceptance. This was dejection. Wait, Dawn, no! In the commotion, we failed to notice that the Blood Fiend had been quietly advancing at us. We let Don Quixote go at the last second. But we were a second too late. Oh, my dearest parent. Forgive my transactions for creating another without thy sanction. Thou shalt become my next kindred. Rossetti screams incoherently as he leaps into Don Quixote, piercing her neck with his fangs before we even had the chance to do anything. Down goes Don! Teeth. Oh, I did not expect this to be the solution. Oh my god, he Freddy Fazbeared her. Was that the bite of 87? Faust, what do you mean, the solution? According to this information I had viewed in the past, and once again just now, it's... Dante, take cover behind me and remain absolutely still. And please, do note that the other sinners must never hear a word of what is about to happen. Oh. Don Quixote levitates slightly into the air, the strings of her shoes unraveling as they slip off her feet on their own. She looks on with bewilderment as her running shoes fall to the floor. And a scream of horror I could not do if I tried right now. Rosciente! I've always had this question swirling at the unfocused backstage of my mind. Why are you always so protective of those running shoes, Dawn? Running shoes. Ah. Dost thou speak of our dear Rosciente? Yeah, those. I have battled through thick and thin, feast and famine with dear Rosciente, in sorrow and in joy, no matter the brutality of trials that hath struck me, it hath been a loyal steed by my side for however long it hath been in existence. Her Tims! She doesn't know when she got them? He creased her J's. Cassette tape creaser Jordans! Ah, Manager Esquire. Wherefore hast thou not saluted Rosciente as well? This may be a rather auspicious occasion to do so. Nope, I think I'm good. Aha, be not so bashful, go on ahead. Look, Stinky. Small girl is torturing TikToky, but Stinky. Stinky, they are not. Scuffed as they might appear, Rosciente is in pristine condition. Also, thou shalt not address me as a small girl. Evacuate, evacuate. Don Quixote, don't tell me you go to sleep wearing those running I mean, Rosciente. Oh, I have always been quite certain that someone so esteemed as thee, Manager Esquire, would care to ask me how Rosciente fares. I didn't mention that this question was inspired by numerous eyewitness reports of other sinners who saw her wandering the halls in her pajamas and wearing Rosciente. Verily, Rosciente and I remain bound together, even in slumber. There shall be no separating the two of us. We are bound by not need nor want. We are simply bound together through plight and delight. Now that I think about it, every single identity of Don Quixote was always wearing those pair of running shoes. Rosciente. Have you ever taken them off? Take them off? Fie, whatever dost thou mean? As in, detach Rosciente from my body? 'Tis a very odd insinuation thou makest. She looks at me with puzzled eyes, as though taking those pair of running shoes off was somehow an inconceivable idea. Remember the absolute fucking degeneracy from some people because of this. I can imagine. I can imagine. There was something much more than just her favorite pair of running shoes. Her odd attitude treating something so far removed from common sense as something completely unordinary. What does Rosciente mean to Don Quixote? What even is that thing? An overwhelmingly powerful pressure suddenly explodes, radiating in all directions. As the metallic stench of blood suffocates the bus, filling every corner of it with its sickening horror. Then darkness. No, that's impossible. Oh, God! Oh, the dogs are out. Oh, the dogs are out in full fucking force, bro. She was not wearing socks under those things? Oh, it must stink. Oh, it must stink. Oh, it must stink. In all-absorbing darkness, voice is our only light. You, the second kindred. How did you? I should have felt your presence. Sniff. Her stank aura is too strong. I did think I saw a faint outline of an aura. I see a red aura and a long fur adornment of sorts. Through the shimmering aura, I think I saw red eyes. You've committed the sin of filial impiety, transgressor. I know that voice, but I also don't. I've never heard it in such a low, imposing tone before. It speaks toward the lesser being. The blood fiend shriveled and kneeling, trembling, pathetic. Mercy, O venerated ancestor, I beg for the mercy of the second kindred. I beg for the mercy of the second kindred, I beg. Insolent worm. Crimson droplets of blood slowly rise around the blood fiend's mouth before congealing and sealing his mouth shut. Impiety. Piety. Okay, impiety. I don't know. This seems like one of the intervals, or at least a moment, where it would have made sense to have voice acting. No language worming its way of your maw shall be worth my ears. No. To commit the sin of filial impiety by attempting to travel against the bloodstream, to commit such abomination against your ancestor, I cannot well sanction your impotence of continued existence. Coagulate, then melt away. Cassetti's body begins liquefying into a slick stream of blood, his form curdling and crumbling, then dripping into the ground. When they bring this back up during the actual canto with voice acting. Hopefully. I just told you how to pronounce it, never mind. Rapidly yet ponderously, like ice cream Don Quixote loves so much, melting away on the floor, heated under the searing sun. Ah, you. Don Quixote turned to look at me, who was still on the ground after being thrown by the shockwave. With a cryptic look of pity, she uttered something. Indeed, we must be the promised timepiece. Something I couldn't quite understand. Rasciente to me. Rasciente. I beseech you. Carefully reached out, grabbed her shoes, and slipped them onto her bare feet, one by one. Ah, one day. She gasped, stumbled, and slumped to the ground. Oh! Oh god, the Don Quixote lore! Delicious. Splendid. The shoe-fitting dialogue made so much art. I fucking bet it did, man. I bet it did. God, how many more are there? My throat is starting to kill me. Oi, oi. Oi. Sometime later. Let me explain what just happened in a way that makes sense. Because I knew that sinners would all be shocked and confused. This should be the ending, thank god. After all, when they, including Faust and Don Quixote, all came back to life after I rewound the clock, all that remained was the destroyed door to the freight car and the disgusting, obliterated remains of what was once Cassetti. Most personnel had lost their consciousness from the mental stress of the prolonged battle against the Blood Fiend. Whatever measure it was that the manager has taken, it can be said that it was appropriate. I guess so. Well, good work, everyone. However, the definition of most personnel excludes 3 individuals. Therefore, it would be most appropriate to direct any questions to them. Wait. Who are those 3? Faust, the manager, and Don Quixote, who is still unconscious. Huh? Really? The 3 of you? Wow, you were spot on. When did you even have the time to notice that? Oh boy. I've identified the 3 conscious individuals by analyzing their walking, cadence, and voices moments before they lost of consciousness. Right, so what's going on with the lass? Oh, she's still out cold.
She appears to be in a state of deep slumber. As she is not at risk of death, she will be waking up soon.
I remember everything, of course. Don Quixote's sudden transformation. When she practically erased the Blood Fiend and his kindred from the world without even moving a finger. But I also remember Faust's last words. Don Quixote was unconscious, and Faust was answering every question with silence. It was only natural that their eyes would all fall on me. That's, you know. Wait, that reminds me. Where's the key card? Last I remember, it was in Cassetti's hands, who was in a far more presentable state than he was in before. Wait, so what about the key card he was holding, though? It has been half liquefied. The remains have been melded with his finger bones. It appears to have become one of the metal phalanges? Wait. Oh. Oh no! Everyone, calm down, calm down! I said calm down! I really should have packed more cigarettes, huh? How about we force one of these doors open?
The master keycard is not an absolute necessary element to resolving this situation.
How?
It will require approximately 5 hours to formulate and proceed with an explanation in a manner that will allow the sinners to fully comprehend the exact how of this methodology.
Therefore, it will be delivered to you in a digestible, summarized format. Fucking Clown Fiesta music in the background. It always gets a kick out of me. Well, that was short-lived. She's acting all smug again.
We can utilize the back door of Mephistopheles.
The silly confidence in her declaration was more than enough to win us all over. So we headed to the corridor past the back door. Don Quixote slung over one of our shoulders, and arrived at our destination. I can't not ask what happened after seeing the state you all are in.
Sandy pitter, sandy patter.
Grains of sand and seashell-like things fell with every step the sinners took. And that's someone after me. To explicate, it can... Ugh. Grains of sand roll around in my throat with every word spoken. Some time ago, Faust explained the simpler gist of his plan as we made our way to the back door. Put simply, we will spend the time at a space disconnected from the train. The train should be arriving at its destination in approximately 10 seconds, going by A-Corp timescale. All we must do is remain somewhere in our original dimension for that duration. And with that, Faust came to a sudden stop in the middle of one of the corridors. Wait, are you seriously just gonna open that door? With this many doors here, are you sure that it's the right one?
Yes, this is the correct door. Its safety is completely ensured.
Lass, at least tell us what's past the door.
I did not bother verifying that particular information myself. It is necessary for future endeavors that I gain the experience of encountering something completely unexpected.
What? Oi, wait. Foss did not wait for Heathcliff to finish his sentence before jerking the door wide open. Now, please enter through this door. With Foss' stern command, we quickly walked into a building that looked like a I don't know, abandoned hospital of sorts. I think we walked into the middle of a sandstorm. Huh? Aren't we supposed to be indoors? How the heck is this even happening? I can't open my eyes. Ugh, I got sand in my mouth. Oh, wait, no way. Is this a sandstorm? Aren't we inside a building? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The sinners blurted out colorful series of complaints, trying to cover themselves in the blasting sandstorm. Let's go gambling! But Foss continued to count in the same, indifferent rhythm before dragging us out there just as urgently as she has heard us say. So, we managed to return safe and sound to the interiors of the warp train as it arrived at the P-Corp platforms. As the train was still getting cleaned up, that is. And with our bodies completely covered in sand. I thought we'd never make it. Whoa, are you guys okay? How did these passengers... We were so happy to be done with this whole ordeal that even the W-Corp cleanup agents in the middle of a cleanup mission looked downright hospitable. We are employees of Limbus Company. We boarded the warp train at the behest of your employer. Oh, so you guys are the people that our captain told us about. They really let you guys keep your memories, huh? Oh, that reminds me. One of the employees must be sleeping inside that hibernation pod over there. Oh, that, huh? I've never seen that in action before. Thanks. Let me go check. The hidden compartment behind that chair that the cleanup agent crawled into. Inside it was... Huh? There isn't anyone in here. Maybe we're looking at the wrong pod? This is the correct spot. But the disappearance of that individual who's entered this pod would indicate. I guess these folks aren't all there in the head either. Maybe you guys are just mistaken? He is Houdini! Maybe he got liquefied. I doubt that. Yes, we must have suffered from a monumentary collective hallucination caused by fatigue. Very well then, we will see ourselves out. Boss cut the conversation short before the other students began asking too many questions. Now that I became intimately familiar with the meaning of that gesture, I followed her to the outside world without another word. A rat? Have we arrived? No, he got wayward passenger, did. Yo, what? Rise and shine, lass. Had enough nap yet? I see. I'll hear the details of the incident on the bus once we're traveling again. Understood. Any and all relevant reports will be sent to W Corp via LCCA, and... Virgilius was already there when we arrived. He was sharing a conversation with Foss about what went down inside that train with a serious expression. I will now leave with Charon and watch them unfasten Mephistopheles from the train. The minute hand on the manager's head seems to be desperately signaling to me that they have a lot of burning questions to ask you. Allow me to give you two some space. I was finally able to ask Foss once Virgilius left. Why did you do that? The Dimension Shredder ego belongs to an abnormality. Yeah, wayward passenger. That's what that guy just became, presumably. So he became a wayward passenger? Why? How? Foss' body was quite literally blasted to pieces from the sheer explosive pressure that filled the room the moment Don Quixote's shoes came off. It was as though she knew that it was going to happen. Because it was the preferable course of action to having the same explosive demise occur to your body instead. I do find it regrettable that you were made to turn the clock despite my knowledge of the high likelihood of my death upon that occurrence. No, I'm not blaming you for that. I just want to know how long you've known that Don Quixote is. That is something I have been aware of since the LCB was first established. The same could be said of Virgilius. Of course. However, it was by the will of the LCA Superior that this knowledge remained withheld from the manager until the appropriate moment. And that appropriate moment was back there? According to my private judgment, yes. Well, as my connection to all communications, including one to Faust, has been severed, I was not in a position to receive the headquarters authorization for that action. Right. Faust headquarters, The full truth may retain obscured still. We are once again reunited. Reunited. No, or returned. I read that wrong. That was a layered word. We've returned to one of the warp platforms in our own dimension. We've returned to our daily lives and speculating about what's our next path, and the usual Faust reconnected to Faust has returned. Something to note here, this reinforces the idea that the sinners are numbered in order of value to the company. Ooh. Man, poor Gregor. Because he's number 13. That's also interesting for, like, Otis, too. was really weird that this blonde child was number 3 when they were actually military veterans. I just kind of understood it as the time in which they were recruited. Dante is 10th. Lol. I guess you're right. That's so weird. I always thought it of as the points and times when they were recruited, you know? But I guess that also is strange because then that would make Faust 1 but Yisong like 2 or something. But Faust is 2, Yisong is 1. I don't know. That's interesting. That's interesting. But you'd think Gregor would also kind of be like, you'd think he would still be important. Because, like, you know, his mom is fucking Herman. You know, he has connections. I guess, though, Yisong has more. But it's not like they have a good connection. I don't know. Weird. At the very least, the order they were sought out. I feel like it might be that one. I don't know if it's much of their importance as much it is the sought out. Because if so, you'd think Dante would be 1 or 2. Because Dante is very clearly fucking important as hell. I mean, Yisong created the mirror technology. That's still kind of crazy to me. He's just here with us. Faust replied to Yisong's nebulous wordings with quiet affirmation. Please, do not take this query with any greater import than a mere jest, however. Do you suppose I shall see her again? Oh, that's cute! You think I'll see the other oh! She shot a puzzled look at Yisong. In a way, it was quite the pleasant encounter, was it not? Bro, did he just flirt with Faust with his fucking emo boy swag? He's crazy. Yisong moves ambiguously before leaving us. The incident at the warp train was such a chaotic mess that it felt shorter than it really was, but I also learned so much about so many things. But it was too soon to start racking our brains about what kind of nonsense trial we were about to face in P-Corp, so I decided to enjoy this momentary peace. How do we find ourselves at P-Corp? Wherefore is my throat so parched? I'm too hired to explain. Yisong invented the ID system, which is the main way we deal with things. Faust is an Amazon Alexa. Don Quixote, Ryoshi is mechanically weaker. Don Quixote, Ryoshi is mechanically weaker than she used to be, etc. Interesting. Damn, how strong was fucking Ryoshi? Chiquita, you missed on big time on Crazy Adventure. Huh? That vibrated the last few grains of the sand out of my ears. The sinners look at Don Quixote's bewildering awakening, grinning. There's no way to know what we'll be facing here at District 16, where P-Corp was located, but we got this, right? Same faith I saw in the Faust who believed, and uncertainty rises within me too. I looked up to Faust, only to see that Faust was looking at me as well. She nodded at me with her usual, barely noticeable smile, and I gave her a light nod back in return. Time to go find ourselves another golden bow. We have no clue how strong she is, we just know that she used to be stronger before becoming a sinner. Interesting. Isn't like her arm burned? Maybe she had like a huge fucking accident. Oh my god, really? You know what? We got enough for a poll. We got enough for a poll. Let's go, baby. I can't. Why can't I not click it? It's this one. Alright, baby. Give me Hod. Motherfucker. I had such good luck with Walpurgis. Now it's just ass. Oh my god. Do I kill myself? Do I kill myself? I'm just gonna use these because I don't see myself getting any more. Real issue. Honestly, real. Theories are that her arm is burnt. Yeah, maybe she had like a big accident, so she lost like some of her strength. Ryoshi fucking scares the shit out of me. She's so cool though. Damn. Oh, Honglu! Never mind. Happy again. Well, that's the warp train event done in one fucking stream. 3.5 hours. My god. Everything hurts. She was just so hot she burned her arm. And probably her kid, too. So that's the end of our magnificent adventure On the fucking... on the Warp Train Express, baby. I don't know if there's anyone to raid. Probably not. Everyone's probably fucking conked the hell out. So we're gonna conk the hell out, baby. Thank you for joining if you were here for like most of the 3 hours. Jesus Christ. If you're still here from Penji's raid, hello chat. Goodbye. That's why they gave her 4th match Flame Ego and fucking like 7 spiders. Ugh, I'll see you. Not tomorrow. Maybe Sunday. But yeah, see you chat room. See you chat room. See you chat room. Bye.